Welcome to the Issue Crew. It's the show where we all have issues, both with our lives and with each other. I am your host, Riley, here with a wacky cast of characters as usual. Mo Side Gaming 42, official YT.
Hi, everybody.
Warficus.
Yo, what up?
And returning special guest for the second week in a row, our hero, the savior of the Issue Crew, Demigloom.
This happens so very often. I come to America. Everybody tell me, oh my god, you look, you sound, you act, you are just like famous rapper Demigloom. Okay? I am not Demigloom. Demigloom is American cousin of me. I am Plotzier. I am not Demigloom, I am Plotzier.
Okay, so Blotzier is here on
I have
the
a very
podcast.
big issue.
Sorry.
My issue is American capitalism. It's a very big
Yeah.
problem. So I'm going to do issue. Capitalism is not good. I'm not a very big fan. It is very bad. So American
True.
capitalism is issue that I bring to show, because I bring issue to show. Issue,
So
I go and
true.
talk about issue, and then people talk about how good issue, but good issue means bad issue. Good
True,
issue
yeah.
means the issue it is very bad. We are voting on which is good, but it is bad. It is good because it is good to raise awareness to it, but it is bad. It is a bad person, bad thing, bad problem. So I think people who think Ukrainian pierogi is best pierogi is also very big issue, very large issue, not very good. Pierogi is best in Poland. It is not good in
True.
Ukraine. They have shitty concrete apartment building in Ukraine and
Mm-hmm.
bad pierogi. They have shitty concrete apartment building and bad pierogi. It is not good. Not very big fan. However, pierogi in Poland, very good, very sweet, very very sweet, despite being largely vegetable and meat dish. There is cabbage. There is potato. Sometimes there is a lot of meat. A lot of meat you can choose from.
This sounds
And-
delicious.
And
Blotzier.
Ukrainian, next to pierogi, you can buy meat jello. Meat jello is disgusting. Why would I want to eat pierogi made by somebody who thinks meat jello is good?
What is
Meat-
meat jello?
Meat jello is what Ukrainian people do. They put meat in jello, sweet jello, with like rotisserie chicken and shit inside. It is not very good.
What a
Cut the black
fucking
bread, you're supposed to
all-star
be
cast we
camping.
have today.
Black Red, get the fuck out of here. Get back to camping like the Gaylord you are. You fucking.
I can't
lame-o.
go camping. My fucking
Oh
wheel
no! What
bearing is
happened?
shit. Well, my wheel bearing apparently is like not very far from falling apart in my van. And I already had to deal with what's causing my the electric fans in my car to not kick on. So I was like, wow, fuck this. I think this is the sign. I don't think we're fucking going anywhere.
A sign from God that you should be on the Issue Crew instead of living a normal life.
Yeah.
You
I
could
figured
have
it'd
a
be a nice
hobby,
surprise.
or you could be a podcast.
Or you could be on the podcast.
Does
Yeah.
podcast not count as hobby?
True.
No.
That's a good
Oh,
point.
yeah, you got a point.
Because if it is not hobby, is it career? It is not career. Not for anybody here.
It's certainly not career. No, you're right, Blotzier.
There is no prospect of career. There is
And
not
plus
a
I have
prospect.
to learn how to not be not have performance anxiety around Demigloom.
Why
I
would-
really don't know what it is. It makes me nervous.
Well, this is not Demigloom's not
You
here.
make
We
my girlhood
established this.
quiver.
This is a common confusion. This is Demigloom's
Very
German
common
cousin,
mistake.
Blotzier.
I am Plotzier.
Why is everybody silent?
I don't ever. Nobody wants to speak when
Nobody's
Plotzier is
silent.
talking. Everybody,
Oh, shit.
everybody
Okay,
talk very
so
quiet
back
when
then on
Plotzier
my
come
end.
to the room because Plotzier is bringing facts and not liberal media, American capitalist propaganda.
Yes, lots of facts, Eastern European facts and logic.
Eastern Europe is place of facts and logic.
Isn't modern liberalism rooted in communism? I feel like that's
Not. I mean, There is argument. There is argument. It is
What the
distilled.
fuck? What just happened?
Fred,
On my
what's
end,
wrong
everybody
with
was
you?
just silent.
What do you mean?
Can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Okay. This is
Why is
Demigloom's
Blackbird
German
like, I
cousin
cannot-
Blotzier.
Why do you think I am German? I do not sound German. I'm from Poland.
Oh, you're Polish. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. As I come to understand, me and Demigloom also have 1/8 Ashkenazi Jewish heritage as well.
Wow.
Wow.
So a lot of people have been calling me, a self-hating Jew lately, and it doesn't make very much sense. But
No, I can see where they're getting at.
That's all right. I got a little Jewish in me too, and there's nothing
Yeah,
I
me
can do
too.
about it. But just anger, fuck it, whatever.
hey,
Did
sorry about
anybody
my
hear the-
sorry about my cousin. He grabbed the mic and thought he was on the show.
Did anybody hear the part where I said that I gotta practice like I gotta
Yes.
practice performing around Demigloom?
Yes, and
Yeah,
now
why?
you're making yourself look like a fool in front of Demigloom by repeating that
Yeah.
sentence you've
Yeah.
already heard.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know what you guys heard because like everything went silent right after I fucking said you make my girlhood quiver.
What the
Mhm.
fuck?
That we
We
didn't
didn't hear that part. Yeah, we didn't hear that part.
That's new.
Yeah, everyone was silent, so I followed it up with "You make my girlhood quiver," and then everything went silent. I'm just like, "Holy shit, I bombed that hard!" Everybody's just fucking stunned.
I heard Shane Gillis once say on a podcast, like, being an aspiring comedian with a normal home life is like really difficult because when you like practice bits on your family or like on your wife, you like bomb in your own home.
Sometimes you scare them.
Yeah, I'd be scaring the hoes, man.
Yeah. My family are terrified of me.
I'd be scaring the hoes, but then I also attract scary hoes.
Do you not attract the bros as well?
Men, yeah, but they're like gay guys. They're all interested in me. I don't want anything to do with gay guys. No, I'll be
Yeah.
friend. I love gay
Only
guys. I'll
such
be friends with
cases.
gay guys, but I'm not. I don't want to be like. I'm not gay.
Don't let Demigloom trick you. She's saving face. She was right the first time. She hates all gay men.
Yeah, she
She
hates
doesn't want to
gay
be
people.
near them.
It's true.
I agree.
I have nothing. My body is just a vessel for the vitriolic hatred of gay men.
Yeah.
I'm the incarnation of homophobia.
Damn.
And for YouTube, that was a joke. I am a queer person.
YouTube.
I'm on the
That's
spectrum.
about all things this person says on this podcast.
I guess if you're gay, you're not on the spectrum. You are the spectrum.
Yeah, I am the spectrum.
The
whole
RGB spectrum.
I am the spectrum.
You're gay in the speculum?
You think of someone on the
What?
spectrum and you think me? No,
Someone
I
on
am the
speculum.
spectrum.
Women on the other end of a pap smear, am I right? On the speculum.
What are these
Mhm.
ancient
Mhm.
words you're saying? Did anybody else know what the fuck that meant? That sentence? Did that sentence make sense to anyone?
Yes.
No.
I said on the speculum, dude.
Oh, I don't speak far right.
What?
That's like,
You're
like
fucking with me.
a speculum is like a really ancient way of saying like a lens.
Oh,
No, that's a
Why
speculum.
don't you fucking-
shit.
No.
What?
A speculum would be like an array of lenses, I guess.
What? No, I'm talking about that thing. You know, when, like.
Well-
Okay, so. What is it? What is the use I know of? It's that thing they used to like open you up. Like sometimes, you know. If a
Oh,
lady's
wait,
got
no,
something
now I know what
going
you're
on
talking
inside
about.
of her
Never
cooch, you
mind.
put the thing in there.
I'm thinking
and it,
of
like,
something
holds
else.
it open.
Holy
It's
fuck.
like a reverse clamp.
Yeah. This is the dilator.
oh. Well,
Yeah,
trans women know all about that.
It's a medical tool for investigating body orifices.
Yeah, and then you get your lenses out.
And then you shove it up your pussy after you get bottom surgery if you're trans
Oh lord.
to keep the wound open.
I'm just saying, 10 years. In 10 years, we'll just grow wombs in a vat and this won't be an issue anymore.
Yeah, I guess if we view the trans issue as like an entirely bioessentialist one, where
Yeah.
with the stated goal of men like fully transforming into biological women, but that's not what the transgender issue is though. Like, but
No,
if we were to view it purely
think-
on a bioessentialist plane, then yeah, 100%. I don't think people are even going to want to be pregnant anymore.
Well, I think if it's like if we treat it as like a bioessentialist problem, then the solution solves most arguments against trans people.
But on the other hand, why not just have both? Everybody should just have both and be happy.
Well, that's the
That's
thing
gross.
about like that's the
So
thing
do you
about
have
like
do you have a dick and a pussy, or do you have a dick and balls and a pussy?
I think
whatever you want.
those are going to be like options. You'll be able to pick
Yeah,
what you
it's
want.
like a
Oh, like
You'll be
personal
able to have
choice.
like
Just a character customizer.
you'll be able to have like a dick pussy.
People are going to be born with the brain of like with like the intelligence of 21-year-old, and then just have like a character customization thing before they get born, and then like you
But
push start, and then like you come out of the womb
But is
looking
this
like
not
a
is this not
GTA
like
custom
like
character.
or like a rational take that like just at some point we'll have the technology to the point where like people arguing about what man and woman is barely even matters because most people
There's
I
a
think-
really interesting comic called Transmetropolitan that deals with the overall concept of transhumanism and stuff, because their technology got so advanced to where
it's
people
called
can
Deus
be
Ex.
Deus Ex too, I suppose. Yeah.
The-
Oh hell,
like,
fucking cyberpunk
quintessential
as
science
well.
fiction right there.
But yeah, the technology got so advanced where people can opt in to become like a cloud of nanobots, and it had to have like little mini 3D printers in them, and they could just make objects literally out of thin air. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I identify as Swarm.
Pretty cool.
That's my contribution to this entire conversation.
Thank
All right,
you,
what were we
Mo.
talking about? Oh,
If
right.
you had to pick a
Nothing.
bug, like you die,
We're
you
talking
become
about-
like a bug of some sort, and you can be a swarm of mosquitoes. Like what bug would you be?
I'd be a praying
Uh,
mantis. That just seems cool.
Yeah, that's pretty
Would you
good.
be a
yeah.
Then you're
female
gonna get
praying
your head
mantis or a
eaten
male
by
praying
some
mantis?
bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's important.
Well, I would want to be the female praying mantis because I don't want my head to get eaten.
So if you were a praying mantis, you'd be trans.
I'd be a stick bug.
So here's a real question. Why does every talk about communism devolve into the trans discussion?
We're talking
I
about
think
bugs now.
because
We're trying to talk about
we're not talking about
bugs.
we're not talking about
pissing
either
the
one of
bugs.
those things, but I think I think transhumanism. Are you talking about transgenderism or transhumanism? Sorry.
Either or, that's where
So
the conversation keeps going these
communism
days.
communism
that-
is like within pop culture is viewed as like the ultimate dystopia, and like transhumanism is like the ultimate accessory to enact dystopia. So I think that people will often combine the two things as a single ending or route for society. Regarding transgenderism, I think it's simply because transgenderism is like it's been the issue on the left since gay marriage has been legalized. It's been like the running issue for the left, at least up until very recently. Or rather, I was maybe not the running issue. It's been on and off as a running issue, but it's been like an ideological focus, at least in terms of social issues for the left. And obviously, communism is like the embodiment, like the most left-winged, overarching political theory, I'd say.
You know what? W take.
I think
I
trans
wanna be a
people are
stick bug
communists
after
all
I
the
die.
time. So
Most of the ones
They're really
I know
fucking
are
annoying.
radical libertarians to the extreme.
that too, you know, trans women particularly are just like every political extreme.
Oh
They're
yeah,
mostly on the left, but like there's also a lot of like really far right trans women, or just like super libertarian or anarchist trans women.
yeah.
I mean, it's almost like trans women are people.
yeah, it's crazy.
That, like,
People
you
are
know, they're
people.
not all the same
Who's at
thing.
11?
Actually, you know that really makes me think about something. You remember back? Demigloom, you might not. So a while back, when autism was like not as well understood, everybody just thought we were all Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a huge problem for a while until I had to explain it to people that were treating me really weird. It's just like you know, like how you have a
some of us are
personality.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
I feel like
So,
I
fuck,
feel
you
like
got me stuck.
autism. The more I live, the more I realize like autism isn't even really a disability when you compare it to like the average person. some
I
people
think
are
we
out
are
there.
all autistic.
Yeah, I
maybe.
think people
I
out
think
there
we're
are
just
so.
we're in autism world
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I think people are just like some people out there are so mentally deficient. Like that there's this entire class of people that were farming dirt for a while, and now they don't have any more dirt to farm, and they're sitting in an office all day wanting to kill themselves.
Yeah.
What's the solution to this problem, Demi?
Um,
What a
Communism.
How do
weird
we
business.
solve this?
Yeah, how does communism fix this?
well, I'm not really a communist, so I don't
I
know.
know.
I mean, like, I flirt with communism, you know, like I
Yeah,
could
I think
I like
I
Marx,
think
kind of,
I
not
I
really.
think anyone who's ideologically consistent at least flirts with some of his ideas, because not all of his ideas are so radical that it is
A lot of them.
untenable.
I mean, he's like a philosopher, you know, like he said a lot of, you know, like Freud, a Plato, a Socrates, whatever. Like a lot of their things are just like basically like sociological descriptions of sociological conditions that just are real things. It's when it comes to what we should do about them where it becomes like less objective. But like
Yeah, I
there's a lot
think
of things Karl Marx describes about societies, particularly like the relationships between different like classes in society, not just classes like economically, but like classes of people. Like the basic descriptions of them as outlined in communist theory are pretty spot on and hold up very well. It's the revolutionary practices and the governmental practices where it's like I'm like 50-50 on most of it. But I'm also not like super educated on politics. I'm more of a morals person, you know. Like I'd say I'm much more equipped to talk really in depth about like social issues than like anything economic. Like I don't know how that shit works. I don't, and the government too. I don't know. I don't understand Congress like most Americans. I don't fully understand it, and I understand that.
I have enough of an idea to fear it.
Yeah, I think that's like the right way to feel about it.
All right, are we gonna do issues, or are we just gonna?
I thought
Well-
I was running with the your cousin's communist capitalist issue.
Yeah, that
Which
was the
is
issue.
going on the poll,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, let's go on the poll.
Wait, is it American capitalism or Ukrainian pierogi?
Yeah,
That was all the same problem somehow. I thought.
yeah.
I think Plotzier just doesn't understand how the show works. He was just like listing a bunch of issues.
Yeah.
It's all American capitalism. Ukrainian pierogies also have something to do with American capitalism
Well,
somehow.
I mean, you know,
Yeah, America's
Communist-
funding and defending Ukraine.
communists tend to have more grievances than the average person, so having more than one issue makes sense.
The quality of pierogi in Ukraine can be not directly, but through a few degrees of separation, could be attributed to American imperialism and the imposition of Western capitalist ideology on Eastern societies. So I guess it's one issue.
So true.
So true.
I can
I'll
just
be
like
a dick
say
bug after I
anything.
die.
Yeah.
I feel like I could come up with an argument to like tie any two concepts together.
I mean,
Yeah, what bugs would we all be? I liked Blackbread's question, and then you all ruined it.
I'm a mosquito.
Fair. Warficus?
I'm a beetle. I'm like a lot of different beetles.
Bro, you know, I'm gonna steal Warficus's answer. I was gonna say B, but I thought that was boring and gay. And I remembered there are beetles that have like those cool ass horns. I'd be one of those. One of those
Oh, yeah.
beetles with a big horn. That'd be sick.
Are you talking about dung beetles?
Are those
That's
dung
what I was
beetles?
thinking too. I'm like, that's not a dung beetle, right?
Yeah, that's a dung. No. Dung beetles look like that, but they don't have the huge horns.
Rhino
don't
beetles.
think.
That's what they're
Rhino
called.
beetles.
Rhino beetles.
Why do I know this?
That sounds right.
I always wanted to type beetle like the band The Beatles.
I
Yeah.
always think of
I always thought that
the-
was it.
the
Like, that's
merchant
how
from the
beetles
Legend
spell.
of Zelda series.
The beetle guy?
Yeah, the beetle. He has a
I
little
fuck with him.
boat and he sells you
Beetle.
shit.
Beetle is like a nice word.
Yeah.
Could you imagine talking to the Beatles and like they're just like, you know, I was thinking about it. I don't really know why we're called the Beatles.
Why
And
are you
then,
Hank
like,
Hill?
And then I
Like
Oh
the
my
opposite of
God.
what the Beatles sound like.
I
Yeah.
don't,
They're like British.
I don't really know why we're called the Beatles. No.
That's a really good Hank Hill impression.
Yeah, it's like spot on.
Like,
Actually.
Dad, why are they called the Beatles?
Well, I'll tell you what, we made
Black
some
Red.
good jams
Black
back
Red.
in the day.
for the never actually happening speed racist fucking like
I've been thinking
bridge.
about that. I have been thinking about it a lot. I just haven't been able to add to it.
Our speed racist series needs to have a character that is just Hank Hill now.
What is up with all
look
these
what the
late
fucking
attendees?
cat dragged in. Fucking
Oh,
30
look who
minutes
it
late.
is! It's look who it is.
Look what the fat dragged in.
Hey,
True.
I don't even
I
know
have
if Gingy's
something-
fat.
critically important that I had to attend to that takes priority above this show. So I do
Okay, how much
apologize.
money
Yeah.
are we willing to put down that he's gonna like be like, oh, sorry guys, I have to go for just a second, and then mute himself, and then like
And then be gone
After-
for the entire fucking podcast.
after we're still in the VC and Craig has been gone for 20 minutes, he comes back. He's like, "Oh, are we still doing the show? Oh God, I'm really sorry." Yeah, you know, my toddler actually just got ran over by a car and was brutally
Jesus
mangled.
Christ.
But
Toddler isn't even a toddler anymore.
sorry, that was supposed to be generic. I didn't mean to make a joke. Gingy's kid.
He was famous for having a
That's what-
toddler for a good few
Yeah.
years, but now that toddler is like 9 or some shit. It's pretty crazy.
Bro.
What are the kids into right now, Gingy? Like that age?
My son is obsessed with fucking Fortnite.
That's like,
Yeah.
damn, we really made it there. Like the kids are like, it's just Fortnite now. There's no like cartoons or.
But
music.
he is really fucking good at it. Like I'm not gonna lie and bullshit. Like he's
Can we get your
oh my
son
God.
in a Fortnite game with all of us?
Yo.
No VC.
I don't think I could play
I'd have to
Fortnite
play
on
fucking
Linux.
Fortnite.
No,
It's
okay,
like,
yeah, fuck
you
all
shoot at
these.
me, I'm gonna build
fuck
a
all
big
these
fucking
like
tower.
new, fuck all these new people, okay? Me, Gingy, Demigloom, and Alex, fucking cranking out victory royales.
Fuck
I'm
yeah.
telling you, he fucking get you
Cranking
there.
out something.
I used to be pretty good at Fortnite. I have the final skit off the first battle pass. The fucking what's his name one. And then I never played it again.
There's a lot of battle passes.
Yeah,
The
or
first one. The very
don't-
first one.
I don't know.
it's really sad. Some memes can like come back really easily. Others like were so overdone at the time that like there's no way that what I wanted to say would ever have been funny, and it would have been my first time saying it.
Why are
Or
we
if
getting
you
meta?
said I used to be really good at Fortnite, I wanted to come back with then I took an arrow to the knee.
No, I got
If you would-
tired of
Timing on that would have been good, but
I
just
found
No,
found
it
the-
wouldn't have been. It would have been
fucked
so
up.
fucking bad, and it needed to be prefaced
I
with
found
what
the
just
I found
said.
the building mechanics really
Just so
shitty.
you understand that I know that
I
it's
find-
not funny.
Which,
I find I
speaking
have
of,
a. Sorry, go on.
that's my issue today. Buildings.
What?
I hate buildings.
buildings.
What do you mean?
Okay, let's do it.
Buildings. Okay. Okay.
Look, they're everywhere. Fucking everywhere. Everywhere you go, there are buildings. And you have no fucking clue what's in them. It could be anything. Every day you have to walk by a mystery box of God knows what. Is there mold in there? Are there people? Did someone die? You don't fucking know. It's just a building. And in these buildings, there's rooms, which are even more mystery boxes. You can't open them, though. You'll get arrested.
True.
You know, so
I do kind of
people
want to
get
know
s-
what's in a building whenever I come to like an unmarked building or like.
And
an
you know,
only
some
marked
people
for
get
one
so
part of a
angry at this.
building.
They want to shoot a building. Okay? They just really want to shoot a building.
It is a big target. Like
Yeah,
like,
it's a big target.
You
but,
want to
you
shoot
know-
something that you'll hit, and if you shoot a building, that's a pretty wide margin. To
Yeah,
hit.
yeah. So, but you know, sometimes people get blamed, you know, for shooting buildings because it's not right. And sometimes someone gets a little ambitious and wants to shoot a big white building. And you know, a lot of people want
You
to
mean like a house?
Yeah, a big
Is that
white
some sort of a house?
Some sort
Yeah.
of white house.
People want to blame them for hating whatever's in there, but maybe, you know, I think people need to take a step back and think, you know, some people just really fucking hate buildings and want to shoot them.
Yeah, so some people they just really hate the
Okay.
architecture of this particular building. It has nothing to do with who's
So
inside.
your issue is buildings because some people just want to keep shooting buildings because they hate
Well,
them.
it's everything about buildings, you know.
So like some
like-
people live in a world where like the buildings are like enemies in a video game with hitboxes. Whereas
Yeah.
the rest of us see them
And
as
they're
like
like
just part
way
of a
bigger
scene.
than
Like,
you, so it's kind of like fucking like Attack on Titan for them, you know.
okay,
Hey,
I fuck with this.
can I learn more about this with the code word Sip Sipper Tyrannus?
No,
What?
no,
No? Okay,
no.
just wondering.
Anyways, you know, people shoot at buildings, but in buildings, like sometimes you're in a building and you don't even know what's in it. There are so many people out there who have like asbestos in their walls. Never got it checked, don't even know. They're just fucking getting cancer because of the building.
I mean, I don't know if I have asbestos in my walls or not.
Yeah, why would you know? No one like peels back the wallpaper to see the colony of rats fucking playing poker in there.
We should. That's good. They need a good poker spot.
And like under buildings, oh my god, there's like basements and shit. There's like
Basements are the
gas pipes.
coolest thing I think about buildings. That's
Yeah.
the best part of the building. It's always the basement or the roof.
And one day, you can feel safe in your house, and like you'll just hear Yiddish, and you'll be like, "What the fuck?" And post it on Twitter, and everyone will call you anti-Semitic. That's a real building problem.
Man, yeah, there's a lot of convincing.
They
reasons
did have
why
a building problem
buildings are
down
an
there,
issue.
didn't they? That's why they
Yeah.
were arguing about it.
And then you just find out underneath your building are Jewish tunnels. It just happens because buildings.
Do you know
Anything
about
could
the
be
whole
a
story
number.
of that, the Jewish tunnels?
I do.
I've never seen the conclusion of that.
They found out that there was like decades ago, I think maybe in the 70s or something, there's this Hasidic Jewish community that built a bunch of these buildings, and they had tunnels dug for construction purposes because they're building a bunch of like synagogues at once, I guess.
Right.
Or just like Jewish community center like type stuff, like just like stuff for Jewish people. There was like this big Jewification project in this part of New York. I don't remember
Yeah.
which borough it was in.
I think that's when
And
they tied that string around New York.
Secret
Alright.
tunnel.
but they
Secret
build these.
tunnel.
The tunnels were kind of just a byproduct of the construction, but eventually they realized like, oh, dude, this is awesome! Like all the Jew spots. We have like literal tunnels connecting all the Jew spots. This is fucking dude. If I was building a bunch of shit, if
I'm
I had
just
built like
saying.
10 buildings and I realized that the byproduct of the construction was a shit ton of tunnels connecting them, and the city wanted to shut it down, I'd be like, fuck no, dude, that's my tunnel.
Well, the city might have wanted to shut it down because they found like a bunch of like weird shit down there and blood-stained mattresses. That
Yeah.
all got covered up pretty quick though.
It was mainly
This is
It
how
was-
we get episodes taken down. I've
Yeah.
seen multiple podcasts
Anyway,
that take it down for
okay,
discussing
anyways,
this
back on-
exact issue.
Back on topic,
Wonder why.
buildings. There could be anything in there. In your own house, someone could be living in your basement right now and having dug out a hole behind your washing machine and is
We should-
creeping on you in your fucking mom's wedding dress.
we should
This
market this
happened to
episode
someone, Riley.
specifically as advice for schizophrenic people.
Riley, this has happened to someone. Someone had someone living in their fucking basement, like
Yes,
making
guys,
tapping
my
noises
walls
to
talk
fuck
to
with
me
their
at night.
kids.
Oh man,
Anything. Anything could be in a building.
there was a Dick Show episode where there was a caller who had some friends that were living in New York City, and one friend of his was starting to go absolutely fucking crazy because he swore that he heard I guess Jewish singing or whatever. Like they're singing like,
God.
hey, we're digging, but we're trying to sing and be jovial because his work fucking sucks. But he was like, I fucking hear them in the walls. It sounds like fucking Jewish, yeah. And it turns out no, his home was like right above one of the fucking constructed tunnels.
Oh
and
my
he thought he
God.
was going fucking ape shit. Like, no, that
Well-
was for real.
Imagine
No,
being
dude,
the guy
they're,
who's
like, singing in
actually
there.
hearing singing Jews.
No, dude, it would have been like hi ho, latke and bagels.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
All right. All right.
Did you
no.
know there
And
was
the show gets canceled. Do.
This is the last episode.
Did you know, in
This is the
2000
goodbye broadcast for the
in
issue crew.
2022, a man's wife died of breast cancer, and they found out it was because in the basement was thousands of pounds of radioactive waste just underneath
What
it.
the fuck?
This could be in a building. Any building could have just tons of radioactive waste, and you never know.
That's so real. That's
That's the
so
fucking worst
crazy.
superpower ever, though.
To circle back really quickly, really briefly, to what Mo said about the labor, like how much it must have sucked. Like, it can't be that bad if they're allowed to sing while they do it, right?
True. Sing while
Yeah.
you work makes
Okay,
it better.
Sing while you-
I see where you're going with this. So
Days
you know.
never finished. Master
Master
got me working. Someday
Uh,
Master set me free.
And if all this isn't terrifying enough, thousands of homes a year are destroyed by electrical fires in their walls. Bad wiring. Some shitty contractor 10 years ago didn't bother to fucking tie something off right, and now you're burning alive. And that's just in a
FYI,
building.
people, if you smell rotten eggs out of nowhere, get the fuck out.
Yeah, your house is going to explode because most houses in the US use gas pipes, which are literally bombs. There's a bomb in your house right now if you
Oh.
use gas.
Okay. This
We
is
don't
we
have
gotta
that
be very
problem
specific.
here.
We have to be very careful when we tell people there's bombs in their house.
No, we don't have that
There's
problem here
bombs
in
in your
Texas.
house. We put them there.
No, no.
Bombs in your
Maybe don't
house
smoke
right
inside
now.
your house.
I would say that in middle school, like me and my friends had this diabolical joke where we would try to like say the word bomb as many times in a sentence. Like we would like walk into a classroom and be like, "Wow, dude, it's the bomb in here." And he'd be like, "You see under that desk?" And then he looks under the desk. And he's like, "Yeah, dude, it's the bomb under there."
Yeah.
And then we once told our teacher that we looked at his car and it was the bomb. And he was like, especially underneath his car, it was the bomb.
This is pretty
I actually said that.
explosive humor there.
Yeah, exactly. I said
Anyway,
that. I uttered that to
underneath
my
your
fucking
friend's car, or
teacher.
underneath the teacher's car.
Underneath the teacher's car.
Do you
anyways,
think anybody's
the-
ever dragged out of an airport because they ate like a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich there? They were like, "Damn, this shit's the bomb."
yeah.
No, but there was a guy who said, "I'm about to bomb this whole motherfucking plane at an airport," and then got.
Yeah.
I don't know if he
Oh,
got kicked
no.
out.
Yeah, that happened
can't
in a
say
building.
that.
You were just going to your plane, and then someone else in the building, somewhere you are completely unaware of, started telling everyone they were having a bomb, and your plane flight is delayed. You know, given all
Damn.
these things that can happen to you, because literally anything can happen to you when you enter a building, you know, is it really any wonder why some people might want to shoot at them?
I get it.
Yeah, that's my issue. Buildings.
I also wanted to say I wanted to add this little bit where as an IT worker I learned about poor building infrastructure, at least poor rental distribution of a building in relation to its infrastructure, because I remember there was this whole situation at work where the like IT boss came down. This was like right after I became the IT guy. And she like was touring the whole place. And she saw our like little office on the fourth floor of the building. And like it was where these like old fucking recruiting people worked, and they had been up there for years. And like the carpet was like old and shitty, and the room sucked. And like we probably should just like clean it out and rent it out anyway because we had plenty of room downstairs. So the the IT woman was like, "We gotta get rid of this room. we gotta send them downstairs." And then so it became my job to slowly dismantle this room. And then what we realized is we had no idea where the internet was coming from, which was like holding the process up. And this whole I'm on this fucking Scooby Doo mission to figure out where the fucking internet is plugged into the fourth floor. And well, this is because we were getting out of the fourth floor. Actually, I got my stories mixed up. This is because I was trying to set up a new computer on the fourth floor, and nobody could fucking figure out where the internet was. And I'm fucking looking around, and eventually we figure out it is in a different business's part of the floor, in their closet. We, they had rented out this room to somebody else that had our internet in their closet.
Oh my
So
god.
we have to fucking knock on the door of this completely different business and be like, "Hey, sorry guys, our internet switch is in your closet, so we have to fucking come and barge into your fucking office in the middle of your workday so I can set up a computer."
Oh my god.
That's
This could
fucking
happen
funny.
in a building.
True.
It's linked.
Everything happens in buildings. You don't understand. They're everywhere, and you don't know. You'll never know.
Yeah, buildings, great issue. That was good.
That was really good. That was a banger of an issue. This show was
Thank you.
awesome.
I
Dude,
think
this
Yeah.
Show
show
is the
just
bomb.
is this show just good and I've just been assuming that this wouldn't
Yeah.
work?
Kathy,
It's good when
I've been
people actually
trying-
show up.
I've been trying to get you on for like a year now.
Who?
We all have. We all want Demigloom, and then Demigloom never has any time for us.
Oh, wait,
but
you're
What do
now
you mean
right,
she's-
Warfic? How has Warficus been trying to get me on? Do I even
Well,
have a DM
he's
history?
been
Warp
telling
has
me to get
mentioned-
you
Yeah,
on.
I've been bugging
Oh.
Riley, and I think I messaged you on Twitter once under a comment to get on.
Oh, well, I don't see the comments.
Oh,
I don't always see those comments on Twitter because, well, on my old Twitter, it was always like I had like replies muted because I would always piss people off in comment sections and get like just
I
millions
don't
and
know
millions
if
of
that's true
hate.
because you liked some of mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you like some.
I'm just saying, like, it's
Well,
unlikely for me to find.
Yeah,
Oh, we do have a very short, brief DM history.
Yeah, she follows us though, so she does see our comments. I think.
yeah.
Right?
I did before I got banned.
We
Yeah.
all know
Oh,
that
yeah,
Demigloom
that
just
happened.
didn't want to come on the
Yeah,
issue
I'm
crew, and then
supposed
she
to follow
lost
your
her
new
job
one.
at Walmart, so now she has nothing better to do.
You're a VTuber?
Hmm?
Warficus is a VTuber?
No,
Oh no, Jackie Wolf is not you.
yeah,
Yeah,
Jackie.
Jackie Wolf is one of
Why
his
does
trusted
everyone
allies.
confuse us? I don't understand this. It's everywhere in my life.
Wait, is
We're not
Jackie
the-
Wolf a plagiarist? What is
No.
hashtag trigger warning? That's my podcast.
Jackie is a
True.
radical trans activist that I live with.
You live with whoa, you live with a radical trans activist?
Yes.
And you're like far right, right?
No.
Oh, everybody says you're far. Everybody tells me to like watch out for you.
I am the downward party. I've told you this. I
When can we
believe
get the
it.
extended
believe in-
Warficus cast on the show again?
I believe in like human exceptionalism and like breaking the cycle of abuse that is passed down for 10 million years or whatever.
Okay. That sounds like leftism to me.
Yeah, because I would be a leftist. But like I don't agree with just the like schizo nature of what leftism became.
Okay, you could be a traditional leftist. You
No,
can be a trad lefty.
because I don't agree with the paradigm at all.
Okay. I understand that. I do think the idea that like left versus right is like the ultimate political spectrum placement. Like it's a very important part of it. I would say authoritarian versus libertarian is more important than like collectivist versus individualist, even though they're pretty close.
I
I think
don't know.
I think the emphasis of the left
think-
versus right paradigm is it was kind of perpetrated. Maybe it was intentional or it's a happy accident that it you emphasize that instead of, and you don't even concern yourself with authority versus liberty.
I think
It's just left versus right. But then
I
when
think-
you really think about it, it normalizes authoritarianism.
I think dichotomy is an easy god. And I think everyone wants there to be one side or another when the real situation is a million fucking interest group. There's more interests than there are people. And they're all trying to get whatever they can out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do have
Anyways,
an evil laugh though. It makes me feel like you're far right. You have a far right laugh.
Well,
You know
yeah.
that, right? Has this been brought to your attention?
I have a schizophrenic laugh and it's nervous. I'm basically the Joker from Joker.
Joker from
So
Joker?
true.
I'm
I
Joker.
thought that was
So
the Joker
true.
from something else.
No, I'm Joker from Joker.
The Joker from Persona 5.
The Joker from Batman.
I was fucking talking to somebody that maybe this is a little unrelated. Sorry, but was it you guys I was talking to who was just like, they're like, dude, no, we fucking love it when you just go like, I'm the Joker, baby,
I'm the
and then they
Joker.
just
Definitely
quote that
wasn't
all the
baby.
time. I don't remember who it is.
Anyways, I write science.
Does anybody here
fiction.
like that?
If you want to understand my political ideology, read that.
Okay.
Whenever I get around to actually working on it, because my current job is taking my soul.
So true. Work, am I right, folks? All right. I've got an issue for you. And the name I just thought of is like ridiculous and way too many words. So now I'm trying to think of an actual snappy title.
I got one. I got one that's got a snappy title. I can do it pretty quick.
Okay, fine. Yeah, take my turn then from me mercilessly because I'm taking a second to think of an issue name. That's fine.
All right. Well, I'm going to take that at face value and just do it.
Do it.
Charlie, what's
Do
wrong
it.
with you? Why
Yeah.
didn't you come in with a pre-planned issue? What the hell?
I did come in with a pre-planned issue. This is more than I usually do. I usually have no plan. Now I have a plan. I just don't have a name.
Bro
You used to
folds under
berate me
zero
for doing
pressure.
that. Riley, I want you to know you used to fucking get on me for doing that.
Yeah,
Gimme.
but the standards
What do
have
you mean?
decreased so dramatically since the inception of this show and even this iteration of it that it kind of goes without saying that things that wouldn't have flied before or wouldn't have flew before will now because Riley cares less about it. So naturally, you guys are allowed to as well.
Yeah, well, anyway. Drama YouTubers. And this is a very ironic issue. Very not ironic,
Fuck
maybe more
Keemstar.
what's the word? What's the
Fuck
word?
Keemstar. Fuck Keemstar. Oh no, nobody on
talking
that.
about
Okay,
Keemstar.
great.
I would have joined, but the audio it wouldn't have synced.
I'm actually gonna like concentrate more on the Keemstar likes, you know. So you got your you got your Frog Tony and you got your there's this other guy.
Oh God,
he's
Frog
really
Tony
really
sucks.
trying. He's
Who
like
the fuck is
he's
Frog
like
Tony? He has a cool
something
He's
name.
problem
fresh,
character.
something fresh. I don't know.
He's like kind of a sex perv. It really ultimately like boils down to it. Like he's not a rapist or a sexual assaulter, but he's definitely a fucking weirdo, and he got busted on it.
What do you mean a weirdo?
Well,
Are we
like
talking are we talking like feet weird or like children weird?
like
In between,
hey,
somewhere
why
in
don't
between.
you?
That's just
Well, like
hold on.
he just kept like harassing this one OnlyFans chick, and he got like weird and creepy with it as she told him to stop, and he just wouldn't, and it got increasingly weird.
So he's not a sexual assaulter, but he's a sexual harasser.
Correct.
Oh yeah, there you go, yeah.
And contrary to popular belief,
there is an alleged sexual assault technically. The pizza box gate, if you'll recall, where
right, yeah.
something
he like
touched
put his
that
pizza.
girl.
He put his dick in a pizza box hole
No,
and
no,
like
no,
put it through.
no,
He's like
but
special delivery, and
they
then
were
brutally
together.
sodomized her for like 12 hours. Is that what
They
happened?
were together. No, they were together in Dick Masterson's studio. It was like a whole big thing. Vito was there too. It was like a whole big party. And at some point, something touched that girl's ass while Frog Tony was right near her. He claims it was a pizza box and he bumped into her by accident. The pizza box touched her ass, but people aren't certain that that's the case.
Well, he's actually got really boxy hands.
He's got really box-shaped hands.
Yeah.
Hands.
It
So
was
Riley,
warm
you
very
gave
weird.
up on
pizza
Keemstar
in it.
then? Did you finally realize what I was saying? That he's going to betray you?
Who's gonna betray me?
Keemstar?
What do you mean? Obviously, he was gonna betray. It has nothing to do with him betraying me. I just think that the way he's conducting himself in the LCU is retarded. I don't care if he fired me.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't pivot off that better, though. You really should have started some drama.
I should have. It's true.
He should have
but
made a video called Keemstar Fired Me. But sure, Keemstar fits in, but I'm just thinking of other people that are like really trying to do the same thing, and these people are the real problem. We all know Keemstar's a dick.
You mean
But-
issue?
But we got all these fucking like wannabes popping up doing the same shit. Every little tiny thing that happens, even in their like little faction of people that nobody fucking knows who they are, they're like, oh, there's this thing going on. Oh, there's this fucking drama. Who gives a shit about these people? We don't know who the fuck these people are. So basically, if you're part of a server or something and you're spreading this around and claiming there's something big, and then you find out it's like about some fucking guy with 3 subscribers, we don't fucking know who this is, and we really don't give a shit.
That's what happened when the trans commentary YouTubers started beefing with me. It was like this channel called Femios, and then this channel called Jalen, who used to be
It's
Jaden.
me, Femio.
Jaden used to have like 300,000 subscribers, but then she like became trans and used the N-word too much, and then got totally exiled. And then
in what
her
order?
I think said the N-word and then trans. So maybe
So do
she
you
wants.
think
Maybe
that
she
might have been a
transitioned.
response?
Yeah, maybe she transitioned to be like, to like cancel out saying the N-word in terms of woke points. I don't know. But she was still saying
she
she would
didn't
like
even
say that.
become black or what?
Net neutral,
No.
net neutral.
What she did was like her and Femios did these live streams where they're like, Demigloom situation is insane, and they tried to do these like kill stream things where I just call in and like basically like I was just like mad at Femios because she wasn't moderating her Discord server that was full of pedophiles and minors and people saying extremely racist shit and violent shit. I'm just like,
I
what the fuck
remember
is
Remember
this?
that.
I remember this when you ran this weird campaign against this person's Discord server, and they made a
It
bunch
wasn't
of
even a
videos about
campaign. It
you.
was a couple tweets. I was just like tweeting about it. I was because I was friends with Femios briefly.
When you tweet more than once, it's a campaign.
no. Come on now. It's what it's not a campaign. It's what I did in between sips of Dr. Pepper at a Subway. Like,
fair.
like Christ.
I can
But
go
like
for
I
a
was just
fucking
talking shit
Subway
about her.
sandwich right now.
It's just because we were in a similar circle and I was like, yo,
Jesus loved Dr. Pepper.
it was just everybody knew that me and her were friends, and I saw this crazy shit going on in her Discord server and that she didn't moderate it. And then she was like, and then I was just like, yo, so just so you guys know, fuck this person. Because a lot, we had overlap in communities, slightly, anyways. But then she was like, okay, fine, then why don't you moderate it? And then she gave me full moderation privileges for her Discord server.
Should have deleted
And then
the
I was
server.
like, yeah,
Delete
nah,
the whole
I
server.
I don't think I could have done that.
Ban
then she-
everyone.
But then I was like, no, I'm not moderating your Discord server. And then she's like, well, you're a hypocrite then
But
for
what?
caring. She said I was a hypocrite for telling her she should moderate her Discord server, but then she gives me admin privileges. That's like telling somebody they should take care of their kid, and then they're like, "All right, you take care of them." Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, okay, but like they were making like these. All I really meant was like people were making like explosive drama streams, and it's just like me, one person talking shit.
It's crazy how lazy people are.
Yeah.
just take
It is
my whole
crazy how many
community.
people how people get views over like because like there are people who talk about drama and like that's at least respectable, and then there are the people who are just like it's just them being like this happened and then this happened, and they're collecting
Well, now they're not
they're
even doing
collecting
that.
money
They're just
without
they're
having
just
any
like
real
having
opinion.
they're just having an AI scrape whatever happened and then having it regurgitate the information.
Either
Well,
that
there
Yeah,
goes
or
my
they're
sometimes it's not
creating
even a
privilege,
guy anymore. That's true. There's AI. Sometimes it's a computer doing this.
or just a guy reading something generated AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I highly doubt that Bo Blacks doesn't just use AI sometimes to gather information. If he's still a channel, I don't know.
This actually extends further than this because, like, sometimes you want to see an interview from somebody, wondering what's going on. Like, fucking, can you guys hear the baby crying in the background?
A little
No.
bit.
A little, but not like crazy.
I heard it for like
It's
a split
okay.
second, like
Yeah.
after you started saying that.
Okay, give me just a sec because I think she might be like stuck in a spot trying to figure out what to do. I'm gonna go close a door or help her out. Fuck it. Let me just finish my issue up and then I'll go deal with that. Anyway, so this actually extends further out into like interviews, right? You want to know what happened. Let's say you want to know what happened between the bassist of Van Halen and Eddie Van Halen himself. I was trying to figure out like where's this? When was it that Eddie Van Halen was trash talking the bassist who had the deal with Eddie Van Halen while he was on drugs? And all I could find was AI videos or just people talking about it and not the actual fucking interview with the guy trying to figure out, what it was from their
Even
perspective.
if there is an interview, it's flooded with AI. Is there a way to block AI videos on YouTube?
No,
Not
I
yet.
don't think so.
Okay, there is a tool. It's called Unhook.
Is this an add-on? Like, get out on Firefox or some shit?
It's an add-on for Chromium stuff. There's probably another one, but it lets you like hide the home feed, get rid of like shorts, a bunch of like the stuff they push you. Like you can burn YouTube down to just your subscriptions and nothing else.
But I need my short slot, Porficus.
Yeah,
I don't need
well,
shorts, but I need I like the homepage a little bit.
yeah, but
Sometimes.
you can control like what it hides, and it will
Okay.
it will cut down YouTube significantly. And I have found myself significantly happier after removing shorts from my life.
No, they need to be able to. They need to figure out how to do this on mobile.
Actually, yeah, agreed. Because when you try to like fucking, sometimes a short will get stuck on the YouTube app, and you try to back out of the short, and every time you reopen the app, it opens back up to the short, and you have to like
Yeah.
find some weird alternative to like get out of it.
Do you have like an LG phone?
No.
What kind of phone do you have where you're having that problem?
Uh, Galaxy A52.
Oh, you got when there's a when it's a letter that's not an S, there's gonna be all types of fucking issues.
true.
But you got a it's like, yeah, I got a Samsung Galaxy, and it's like, well, is it a Galaxy S? I mean, I got a fucking
Yeah, but
iPhone 8,
I got
so
I got a
more
Galaxy
problems than
Note
anybody here.
7,
But
guys.
The problem with getting the S series though was that like there, I don't know. I had to go backwards a little bit because I wanted to have an auxiliary port.
yeah,
Does anybody else remember the Galaxy Note 7? That's a fucking ancient meme.
is that the one that like exploded or whatever?
Yeah. It would just
holy
explode
shit.
Yeah,
randomly.
it has explosive
Everybody that
reviews.
had
It's a
one of
bomb
those?
phone.
When I was in Job Corps, everybody that had one of those fucking got it like confiscated in Job Corps because they were worried it was going to burn the place down, and they had asbestos in the walls there, and they fucking had
Buildings.
lead paint and shit. It was an old ass building, but yeah, that was a big thing, and they sent it out to everybody. If you were caught with a fucking Note 7, like you get in a lot of trouble for not just giving it up.
Jesus.
Would they like
But
give
it
you a
was a
different
bomb
phone or
phone.
something?
Get it? Bomb phone. Eh.
It was a
Yeah.
bomb phone. That phone was the bomb.
That joke was a
Yeah.
bomb.
Literally.
No, I mean the
Guys,
bomb
we
that
are
exploded
no,
in this
guys, we are
exploded in the building.
bombing right
It was
now.
it was the
We are
bomb.
bombing.
Me and Riley, we're gonna start. We were talking about if we named a podcast "Bomb Threat," like bombing in comedy, but also bomb threat.
That's
That would kind of
good.
go hard, wouldn't it?
That goes so fucking hard.
We should just change the name of this show to Bomb Threat, and it'll do better.
Yeah, probably.
True.
Bomb Threat Media.
The Bomb Threat Crew. Are you done with drama YouTubers? It's Cats of Black
Oh
Bread or
yeah,
what?
that's it. I
Okay.
just wanted to give Freshy Fresh a hard time for being one.
True. No, he talks about the drama. It's different.
Drama
It's
is
not
bad.
just,
no.
it's
Drama.
not just he's
That
reporting
is a
the
drama
news.
YouTuber.
It's a discussion
the-
show.
I'm
A discussion about what? Who the
I got
fuck
one
cares?
thing. I got one thing to say about the drama engine. It is so cynical the way like this cancerous community has grown, just starting fights with each other while behind closed doors being like, well, these idiots are subscribing. It's like a multi-billion-dollar industry, and I have no idea why people watch it. It's pointless.
It is pointless. It's so self-referential too that it's like it doesn't have like most of it has so little connection to the real world. It's just like drama about drama about drama about drama
Real
about
world.
YouTubers.
Oh shit. People see fucking drama, they want to watch it, right? It doesn't matter. They had fucking TV shows about this where they would like, think like Jersey Shore where they would stage a lot of the shit that happened.
I thought Jersey Shore was fiction.
Well, yeah.
No, I mean
But that's not
is
how
it a
they
reality
presented it.
show?
It was a reality show, yeah.
Oh, I thought this was like a drama show, like a comedy show, like a fiction show, but it's like a fake reality show. I didn't know that. The only thing I know
Can't
about
tell
it
if
is the
you're
guy who
fucking with me,
plays.
Demi.
No, the only thing I know about Jersey Shore is that the guy who played Paulie from The Sopranos made like an acting cameo in it. So that made me think it was like an acted show.
Oh, yes and no.
Yeah.
It wasn't presented as such, but like it was a big deal when people found out that it wasn't. It's Big Brother, it's all sorts of shit, right? Like people
Who actually thought
traditionally
Big
love
Brother
this
was
shit.
fully real? You have to be
I-
insane.
Well,
I guess maybe like hindsight is 2020. Maybe that's it. Maybe at the time it seemed plausible. Because now we have like a much more firm grasp on like what is real and what is fake because of the internet. You know what I mean? Like now we can clearly tell, like, okay, clearly that wouldn't happen. Clearly people are incentivized to fake this for this reason. But like back then, you know, when with like legacy media and entertainment, we didn't have like such a meta we didn't have like such a meta view into staging things. You know, we didn't think about it very often. So that would probably make sense that people were more likely to believe it back then than now. But like if you
Yeah,
were to show
actually,
somebody that like now and without saying it was fake, I feel like they'd definitely just know.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the time, like when there was some fight on the Jersey Shore, it was like actually it was actually on the news about how people found out that it was fake. If you could fucking believe that.
Nice.
Someone found the inconsistencies, like she was wearing shoes here, not wearing shoes there.
That's sloppy.
That whole fucking show was sloppy and greasy.
Interesting.
Thank you.
Nah.
Let's move on. And I know I already have my issue, but I find myself fearing that we'll face a similar fate that we faced last week. So I'm gonna make Gingy go right now while he's still here, before he
What do you mean
suddenly
by-
disappears.
I need to know what the fuck you mean by similar fate. What happened last week?
Oh, you mean when you left the
Oh,
show
no,
for
no,
45 minutes? And
No,
for
no,
10 of those
that's
minutes, it was
fair.
your
Riley,
turn.
Riley, it's not a big surprise that he doesn't remember because he wasn't here.
Exactly. Yes.
You guys.
Bruh.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going home.
You guys.
Actually,
I'm
I have
going
one more
home.
thing on drama YouTubers. Have you guys seen Burnt Peanuts Rust server?
Oh, dude, that's been like the fun. Like, it reminded me why I will never ever play Rust.
It's not Rust. It has nothing to do with Rust. It is the fakest people, like the most like insidious, like what's the word? Clout chasing retards you've ever seen, pulled straight out of GTA RP, and they've just been thrown into
RP.
Rust. And the one time a real Rust player did anything funny, they basically all cried and got him banned.
Damn.
I mean, I watched a lot of it. It just seemed like
The-
I
the-
don't know, man. Like,
the
because
people
I watched
suck.
some other
These-
Rust stuff too,
these
and it
fucking
seems like
people
super
suck.
duper similar. Even with the wannabe influencer nonsense, it seems more or less consistent. Like, this is how people act in Rust.
Rust is a game where people act like people without any rules. It's a beautiful anarchic game.
I don't know, man.
These
I
cloud
think I
chasers
can.
needed their hug box. It's awful. And
I
of
think.
course, the moment anyone did anything funny, I'm referring to a man by the name of Twig. They all cried until he got banned because they exist to just be drama queens.
Well, wasn't that the guy that was like constantly like stream sniping the ones who were live and shit, and he would like
No.
raid their base like when they were offline? Wasn't that
No.
him?
Twig was the guy who made a billion fucking spikes and put them around the safe zone.
Oh, that's fucking funny. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
the
send
good
you.
shit.
I'll send you a video. Anyone listening, watch Twig Rust's newest video. It's so fucking funny. You will see the real like inside on the kind of people that start online drama.
I really thoroughly enjoyed the whole like harassing of the faithful sheriff. That shit was so freaking funny, man.
Yeah. Also,
That
Burt
guy's
Peanut
chode.
view botted his way to success, and no one will tell me anything different.
I mean, I don't
I think you're just
so at all.
jealous. I
No,
think you're just jealous of the burnt peanut Warficus.
I mean,
I
I'm
don't
more
think
power
so at
to
all.
him.
I think people just like genuinely enjoyed something and it just got popular. I don't
No,
really think
I
they
think
did.
he view botted, and I think he's perfectly right to do so. He saw the meta and he won.
Yeah,
Well,
I would view bot
yeah.
if I could afford it.
I
get away with
that is my unabashed dog shit opinion.
Who joins now?
Oh,
Freshy
yeah.
Fresh?
Who the
were
fuck is talking shit?
There we go. Oh, fuck yeah, the setup. The
Is
setup.
his profile picture just an AI version of him?
Blackbird, you want to
It's
tell
a
Freshy Fresh
AI
what you have to
Freshy
say?
Fresh. Freshy Fresh.
Yeah, what?
making a call out on my show.
Okay.
Freshy Fresh is a bitch ass motherfucker. He pissed on my fucking wife. That's right, he pissed on my fucking wife.
All right, tell him your real grievances now. Now you made your Sonic meme video reference. Tell him your real.
You're right. Okay,
grievances.
Freshy Fresh. You got a small dick. It's like the size of this walnut, only smaller.
What is this a reference to? I haven't heard
The
this
same
one.
thing.
Oh, okay. God
What
damn it,
the
he
fuck?
got me. I only know the first line.
What the fuck?
Anyway, yes, you're a drama YouTuber. I have a problem with drama YouTubers.
Why?
Who the hell are these people you're complaining about?
Bulla, on the other hand, is someone who just irritates the fuck out of me. Belushi is a guy who is all over the fucking place. Like he's like fucking like he's known for gay hopping, but he also is now known as defending pedophiles. Like he defended 2 pedophiles. Dan is
Blackman,
a
do I
pedophile.
have to say who cares? I'm really waiting for you to jump in
Yeah.
on this.
I'm just saying.
I'm
Like
listening.
he asked me the questions. Who are all these people?
What's he
I
gonna
think
get around to
everyone-
with? Who cares?
I think everyone at
Okay.
some point has defended a pedophile,
Okay.
knowingly or not.
What I honestly wanted to do, I don't think he's. I don't think he's.
I'm so
I
confused.
don't think he'd be here to do it. But I was. That would have been too perfect. But I wanted to bring in. I forgot his name. Paranormal something.
Oh, Lee? From
Yeah, I wanted to
Paranormal
bring in
View?
Lee and then ask him about what's going on between him and Lee. But I'll ask anyway. So what's going on between you and Lee?
Oh, don't relitigate this, Black Brad. I worked so hard to fucking shove this issue down to the fucking ground. You don't understand how hard I've worked to keep Lee's name out of Freshy's fucking mouth, Black Brad. You're really
Okay, just tell me
fucking
about the
things up.
situation without mentioning Lee.
Yeah, give us a quick
What was it
rundown. I
that
don't know
happened?
anything fucking going on. What is this? Give me the drama.
At first, I wanted to be part of his network, of course, 100%. I wanted to do a show in his network, which is a conspiracy theory show. But when I was starting my network and I got Is It Fresh on the network, that's when everything started to be like, okay, he's cool with it. But then he texted me, and I have the text message today. Like, not today. I mean, like, still have the to this day. I still have the text messages of him saying, I can't have you on the show because of because of your network. It's because you have a network, and I don't want to have it happen like the Ace network." And I was like, "Well, fuck, that just actually hurt me." So I was like, "Okay,
By the way, the
fine."
Ace Network is a network that me and Freshy were both part of that fell apart. That's all you need to know for that to make sense.
What?
And so I thought Lee and I we were cool. We were like we were cool. I thought we were cool. I felt like it. And I started with just me and Riley doing a show, me and him. We'll be doing the show on the network and me doing Crash Out. And I finished off season 2 and then went on to season 3 of Crash Out. That's when I started to build even further with shows like Talk is Cheap. That show is now run by 2 people. Then Tony Linguini and Tony Hits. The other people that I had was at first, before I found out he was a pedophile, Dan, who ran a show named Mad Cow Valley. I had Davos and Thaddeus running the Last Boat podcast. I had Benjamin Bills run Content Farm, and like the network is becoming a thing. It was like growing.
It is genuinely impressive, the fucking wacky cast of characters you've already accrued for this fucking network you started like 3 months ago.
But where is Eddie Spaghetti? With Tony
There should be an
Linguini or
Eddie
whatever.
Spaghetti. Yeah, Tony Linguini. We need Tony Linguini's faded rival, Eddie Spaghetti.
All right.
The fuck is
And
Tony
now-
Linguini and who is Eddie Spaghetti?
All right,
I don't
now,
know who's Eddie Spaghetti.
That's
All right, now,
that's gonna be
everybody, how do
Captain
we feel about
Blackbread's
this?
new name. He's gonna rebrand.
How do we feel about this? Everybody?
I like
It's-
Eddie Spaghetti better than Captain Blackman.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, I don't remember where the fuck. Oh, I remember. Yeah, sorry. Just the screen name for fucking Sea of Thieves some years back.
But
Because it was a misspelling of Captain Blackbeard.
What's
My
wrong?
vote for
What's
is
wrong
doing
with
that.
drama YouTubing, Black Bread? Why can't Freshy Fresh just have a good time
Well, you can.
talking about internet randos? And why is that an issue? Why is that an issue that the world faces? It's a bad thing.
It's just it's everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. It's a saturated market, and I think it preys on the stupid.
That is a fair
I'm
criticism.
not calling
there
Freshy
are a
Fresh
lot
stupid,
of
but
drama
No.
people. It is a large market. I will give
It
you
is,
that.
it is a
It's not the
fuck-
highest. It doesn't have the highest collective IQ as a community.
It
Let's just
really
say
is
that.
just like a hole for people to put their energy anywhere that is like completely unimportant to anything actually going on in the real world. It is
All right.
it is an energy vampire for people to to not get involved in economics or politics.
all right, now Freshy.
yeah,
I do not hate Freshy Fresh the person. I just do not like the show.
the show Crash Out.
Your gay
Sure,
drama
that's the
stream,
one.
whatever it's called.
Yeah, whatever your drama show
The
is called.
the show name is Crash Out.
It's a good name, but it's a bad show. Freshy, do you,
I don't know.
do
He
you want to give us
represent it well, as far as I know.
Why is it a bad show? Like, it's been a good show. Like, I had
Maybe
a
you
lot
do
of
present it well. I don't know.
I had a good amount of views on it. A lot.
I mean,
fair? You know, yeah,
what
maybe
is a
Black
good
Bread.
amount?
You just
I do
don't
want
get
to
it.
know
Black
what is a
Bread.
good amount of views. What is a good amount of views?
Last episode, one of the episodes, I had 289 views totaled,
Not bad. In our circle,
With,
that's not bad.
In our circle, that's good.
and then I've been hitting 100 views for a good amount of time.
You do get that from consistently uploading, that's for sure.
Yeah, like right now, I got 77 people total views, and it's adding up to like almost 100. So like, it's a good drama, and if something big is happening, then more audience is gonna be watching. But there's nothing big that's going on around the circle that I'm at, and we had only just a good big drama that happened with Belushi and defending a pedophile. So like, that
Why does
didn't
it feel like
good
the
for the
same
numbers.
story every time, though? Have you ever noticed that?
Genuinely,
It is.
Everybody's
It is
show is
it's
always
just
about
the pedo
somebody's defending a
wars.
pedophile or
It is
Somebody's
just
a
like-
pedophile. Somebody's
Kind of
defending a
pedophiles.
pedophile.
No,
It was
it's
a
what it
pedophile.
is it's just a group of people, and then it's just a bunch of group. It started as a group of people who just talk shit about other YouTubers for no reason, for like being mean, and then people in that community started being pedophiles, and then they started yelling at pedophiles, and then and it just splits into factions every time one person and it's always within that circle. It's always somebody who was
Yeah.
with us talking shit about pedophiles this whole time is now a pedophile and was secretly the whole time, and we're talking about that, and it just
Who's it gonna
fractures
be
every
here?
single time.
Hold on. We need a neutral party.
Trickle down
uh,
pedophilia.
Yeah, Freshy Fresh.
Yeah.
If one of us was a pedophile, which one would it be?
Oh my god. Freshy's gonna say the trans one.
No.
I'm gonna say the N-word.
I don't think Freshy would assume I was a pedophile, but I feel like he's at the level where if he had to assume one person in a group of
I have
cis
to-
white guys and one trans woman.
Well-
I have to contact both parties to
I-
figure out what the fuck is going on.
I'm gonna be real.
Oh, was anyone
I-
here a pedophile?
No, like
think
who
calling
gives
trans-
that vibe off?
I don't know.
I think
Mo?
I think calling a trans person a pedophile is
The
like
fuck?
calling someone like Right of Marx a fucking Nazi. It's just like a power word that people spam the crap out of because once you're called it, it's like you're instantly put on the defensive in most people's eyes.
Yeah.
It
Now,
is the easiest
that's
way
gonna
to
be really
put
bad
somebody
when
in the
that
wrong
word
side
Yeah,
of
Yeah,
an
Nazi-
the two
argument.
ones. They're Nazi and pedophile. And Nazi
And I
doesn't work
think-
anymore because Nazis are cool now. So now it's just
And I
pedophile.
think the most dangerous thing on the internet right now is that, like, at some point people are gonna be like, "Yeah, I am a pedophile," and then they're gonna fucking start a political
The
movement.
pedophile
of being
nation is gonna
pedophile.
fight back.
It's called the
NAMBLA is going to
Libertarian
become
Party.
a fucking political
okay?
party.
Well, here's the problem. When people stop caring that like you're calling them a pedophile because they are a pedophile, and it becomes like a meaningless word, I think we see like real shit start going on.
Like the true normalization of pedophilia in
Yeah, like-
society.
But like
Sorry,
I
the
do
issue
want
is,
to see
Fresh, I
that.
don't actually have a problem with you, the person.
but like the issue is like a lot of things. If it's like a pedophile allegations, it's like a story that's broke out that's involving that kind of allegation. I tend to have to, I tend to take a look at it and actually cover it. But like for example, there's times that it even comes out randomly to me. Like that's what I love about this fucking thing. Is like if it comes out randomly, it's gonna fucking like shock me. Like it's all these things.
What you
shock
love
me.
about this thing is that sometimes people turn out to be pedophiles, and that's like, whoa. That's
It's
your
Whoa.
not what
favorite
I love.
part?
I love no. My favorite part is expecting the unexpected. Expected.
Okay,
Like expecting
okay.
the unexpected. But like it's been like a heavy pedophile thing going on with again back
There's
in
been a
season
heavy
1.
pedophile thing going on. What?
I'm
Yes.
gonna be real. I'm gonna be really real. Like the amount of people that are just turning out to be pedophiles right now is insane. It's like there's a news story every week of
There's
some like judge or
actually
school teacher or some guy.
yeah.
But you know what? You know what really is rare is like terminally online retards turning out to be pedophiles. It's mostly government officials and like people of status.
Yeah. All like millionaires, the
So,
billionaires.
so here's the thing. Why is drama like the drama shit just focused on trans people and like terminally online retards being pedophiles? It's just it really seems like it's just an energy sink to distract people from the real problems like
Yeah,
the
people are spending so much time chasing like the internet pedophiles that we're ignoring the
That they're, like,
super pedophiles.
they're
from the
ignoring,
government.
It's
like,
just a time period
Epstein.
shift. It's just a time period shift. It's just a culture
Yeah.
change. Because if you talk to somebody now and you get the feeling that, one of your friends is like, hey, did you hear about the one guy from our friend group? Well, it turns out he's into like high school girls. We got to cut him off. And you'd be like, damn, okay. Whereas if it was like literally like 2005, you would be like, in a lot of places in this country, especially, you would be like, oh, that one guy's into high school girls. And your friend would be like, so what? Me too. Look at any TV show from before the mid 2000s, and
there was a lot of lust for high school girls in like
Yes.
like 90s sitcoms. That's true.
the I guess like I'm not like it's a phebophilia like kind of person in the sense that I'll like say like it's like I'll defend it or it's not as bad, but it is true that like a long time ago the concept of like what is defined as a phebophilia was very normal. It was very normal to it was always like a forbidden fruit, you know what I mean? It was always like
Oh no.
like it was kind of like a shared understanding among a lot of people that like, yeah, we're all into high school girls, but we're not going to act on we're not going to bang high school chicks.
Can we like also talk about how like in the Epstein files no one talks about how deep into the like cartoon and animated porn industry Epstein was, and how he was
he really?
Yes, he was talking about FNAF Fuda porn. Like this guy was deep in this shit.
Okay.
And it's not.
Do they have record of him saying that, or do they have record of somebody calling the tip line and saying he said that? Because
from one of his
there's a lot of
emails.
people. Because there's in his emails, that's insane.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of sensationalized shit in the Epstein files. Like a lot of people are like, will just call the tip line and be like, "Yeah, I was on the Epstein Island with Mariah Carey and Jay-Z, and they all assaulted me."
All right, I have a
and
point.
that's in the files.
So, have you ever heard of a site called PAL Comics?
PAL Comics?
Very
like
early.
The PAL region, PAL?
No, it's a very early internet cartoon, like porn comic site. It was one of the first places where this stuff started showing up, like freely available.
It ran at 50 hertz, and NTSC Comics is actually better.
Yeah. But this
All
site.
right.
This site was very heavy in like lolicon and shotacon type content. Almost every single person I talked to in school, and mind you, we were on the weirdest side of kids, knew about and like browsed the site. And like I'm thinking back, and you think about like Epstein talking about FNAF Fuda porn and how deep this guy was into the sex industry. I wonder if there was sort of an intentional mass sexualization of children over the course of like the year 2000 to now.
That's
And
an interesting point. But
I'm
hold
trying to
on.
think like
before
what
we
is
get-
some what is
Hold
a
on.
major go on.
Before we all go deep into this crazy shit, I did pull Freshy Fresh on here to argue with Black Bread while he was in the middle of a show. So Freshy Fresh, do you want to give us a quick just so you can be part of the poll of this episode because you were a guest? You want to give us a quick and dirty issue and then get out of here and get back to your show.
Wait, are we on
What?
his show now?
We are on his show right now. Yes, he is live on Crash Out. Fresh,
Oh,
you've been
nice.
on the show. You've been on the show before. Just something that you can complain about for like a couple minutes. An issue.
Yeah, even if it's me.
It could be Captain Black
It,
Bread
it
because he's a little
literally, I
bitch.
literally could be the issue. Yeah.
Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. My issue
But what if
is
you did?
no, my issue
What if you
is
did lie?
What if
Okay,
you did
so-
lie? You know, just throw a curveball.
my issue is dealing with people who's not willing to, be cooperative.
Uncooperative people.
It's like
Okay, tell
uncooperative
us
people.
more.
Like I there's a lot of things like I'm looking in the fucking chat right now, in my own chat, and fucking Bula is pissed off, like he's pissed. Especially would throw me under the bus in 3 minutes or less. I gone after his ass because he sent a fucking link in my chat. I felt like it's like it's my YouTube chat, right? I have every right to say what I want and what I don't want in my fucking chat, and it's common decency to not post a link to another stream during a middle of a show. And the reason why I post link into another show is when I'm ending the show and I'm pushing it to the show that I own, like the Last Part podcast, and giving them the attention before I get the redirect. But to say, oh, Freshy would throw me under the bus because I chewed you out for having, having a link in my chat. And the reason why I said don't do that, because we have a Discord server that you can do it, or you can DM it to me on Discord. I feel like it's disrespectful to do it in a chat in the middle of a show when people's there to watch your content.
That 100% is disrespectful to post a link to a different live stream in a live stream
That's
chat.
such a base move. That's so big.
It's a pretty Sigma move, but it is an asshole.
You know
move.
what? From now on, I'm going to have an alt that just goes to random small drama streamers, and whenever like Donald Trump is like addressing the union, I'm just gonna leak his stream.
Yeah. Like,
Wait, no, please do that. That'd be amazing.
That's really funny.
I'm gonna do the same thing if Joe Biden ever comes back. I'll link his stream too.
like
He's
He's not
never
coming
coming
back.
You gotta
I
make
mean,
sure
if
it's
he
him and
comes
not one of
back.
the
I
body
think he's
doubles.
dead. I think he might be
He
dead.
comes back super jacked and then like perfect health with blonde hair, like long
Oh
blonde hair.
God!
Yeah, and
And he's
he's like,
speaking
all right,
perfectly clearly.
I want to box RFK Jr.
I will beat the shit out of RFK Jr.
All
You
of you are
fucking
going to
bitch.
go.
Just like corn pop.
Yeah,
Oh, you
you're going
deserve
down
it.
like corn pop.
What is corn pop?
Oh, fuck
You've
yeah.
never heard the Joe Biden corn pop speech?
Just
No.
look it
It's
up.
so funny.
Like, there's so much context to this. You just need to
What
look
is
it
corn
up.
pop?
it was a local bully that he defeated in his youth.
Yeah, he was rambling
Oh,
about
he's
how
like, we're gonna
like,
defeat Trump just like corn pop.
no.
Just like corn pop.
So he was talking about being at a pool and like kids were playing with his like leg hairs. And then this
Ugh.
guy called Corn Pop
Gross.
came up creeping up on the children, and he totally told Corn Pop off, and he left in a huff. Like something
How old
to
was
that.
Biden during this? Was
Hey,
he a
those
kid?
are my children for me to have them stroke
This was-
my fucking leg
Well,
hairs.
So
Yeah, he's like
supposedly-
Herbert from Family Guy when there's
supposedly
another
this would be
pedophile.
like when he's like a young adult. So
Yeah, it probably sounds like a dude that was like, "Hey there, Joe Biden, future president of the United States. Stop
I think he
being
I think
weird
he
with
was
those kids."
reminiscing
Corn Pop was a
about-
time traveler
I think he
Oh,
was
yeah?
reminiscing
from the Biden
about like
presidency.
sexually assaulting children and pivoted halfway through in his dementia haze. I think that's what that story is.
A pivot
right,
in his
let
dementia
y'all-
haze. That's
uh,
very.
let
You
me-
sound like a writer.
Let me release Freshy Fresh. Do you have anything else to say about uncooperative people before we let you go?
I was gonna,
which
yeah,
means do
talk
you have
about it a little
anything
bit
to say
further.
about uncooperative people?
Yeah, no, I wanted to say a little bit further. Like,
Okay.
like that's my fucking issue with Bula, because Bula did that. He was like, let's go and watch this instead, Fushy, and posted the link in the chat. And like, I don't give a fuck if it's a suggestion or not. I still feel like it's disrespectful, and it pissed me off. And when it pissed me off, I told him, you know what, go into my fucking show. So let's talk about it. He doesn't count as promoting the show. It's like, it still count if you post it on my on a public fucking chat. That's supposed to be my chat that belongs to me and the people is talking about it. I have every right to like say if it's a suggestion or not. Go and do it on the fucking, on something different. Like, do it in the go DM it to me if it's a suggestion. You like, again. Also, you're not allowed to promote in the Discord server as well, because you'll get banned, and the bot can instantly ban you for promoting shit.
You don't have a self-promo channel in your small network's Discord server? That feels a little mean. I feel like you should have
Yeah.
a self-promo channel.
Well, I do. They don't allow Discord things, like Discord.
Oh,
links.
Discord servers. I see.
Yeah. So like, Tony Hits went multiple times and spammed a lot of shit going on. He's spamming shit, and when he was spamming shit, like the Discord server, it keeps timing him out because I don't want
Better have
people
under.
to. I don't want that. So the bot keeps timing him out. I do have a self promotion thing, but I feel like it should be under loyal members category for loyal members to self promote than free members. Like, I feel like that's a good perk for paid memberships. But again, like, not only that, with Bula telling me that it's not promotion, it's promotion. But he also, right now, what I'm hearing, stream sniping. So okay, Bula.
Shout out to the Bueller audience.
Like, okay, Bula, you want to act like this fucking, you want to act retarded. I'm just telling, it's common decency. Well, you don't see, well, you see fucking Logcow. You might not see Logcow. Logcow does it. You are not allowed in the LCU chat to post any links in the Discord. Not in the Discord, I mean in the YouTube chat. Very well that you'll see it happening, but like, it can't. Like Keemstar would say, DM it to me in Discord, But like, I'm acting weird today. Is
God,
that what
can
you
you
want
imagine
me
how
to
many
say?
DMs Keemstar gets from like random retards now that he runs the LCU?
Are his DMs open?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'd hope not. Jesus.
Look, as long as I'm a content creator and on the internet, my DMs will always be open. So feel free to
He's on my
harass me.
friends list, so I could DM him if I wanted to.
Yeah. You have me on Twitter.
But that's my fucking issue. That's my issue. And like, Bula is still in the chat. He's defending the shit. He's like pissed off. He's throwing shit at the wall. He's like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna throw him under the bus."
He's reeing right now. He's
I
going.
love how no one called me
"Wee."
on the shameless self
Like,
promotion
he's like,
there. I was hoping someone would.
like, he's fucking.
Well, you're on a show where you
he's
would promote
fucking-
yourself.
Yeah. Like, he's bugging himself. He's bugging in my chat about it because like I gone after him about it, and he still doesn't want to fucking move on.
So like, if I posted if I like, you know who I am, right? But if I
Yeah.
went in your link or your chat and I like posted like, check out Captain Blackbread on YouTube.com at Captain Blackbread, that would really be
That
like,
would be uncouth.
not cool.
That would be uncouth.
It's not
that's
cool.
not
It's
right.
not cool.
It's not a right thing to do. It's
Okay.
funny, but you shouldn't do it.
Yeah. No,
What
I
about
wouldn't.
Review Tech USA too?
I think
Could
I
I pick
remember
that
in
out?
the early internet, like when live stream was just getting started, people would do that a lot. Like it got to the point where I think Twitch put into its rules you're not allowed to link other streams without permission.
Oh, dude, Do you remember early YouTube where you could actually just post any random video to some as a video response in the
Yeah.
bottom to like find
And
like a
Alright,
popular video?
immediately that got
Remember,
bought in.
let's
I
put a
got a
pin
lot
in
of
video
subscribers that
response. I
way
do want to
early
talk
on.
about video responses. But Freshy Fresh, thank you for coming on the show. I will release you to the Crash Out audience. Please check out the Issue Crew wherever you get your podcasts or on YouTube. And thank you for coming on, Freshy.
Yes,
You
this
have a
was
good
really
rest of your
fun.
stream.
Well,
Okay,
fuck
now
that guy.
let's talk about video responses on YouTube.
Yeah,
That is a bygone era.
what a
I do
fucking-
miss those days.
End of drama
Man.
section.
Man,
Is
I
that
was
your
right.
issue?
I was
Yeah.
right there. I
My
was right at the
issue?
culmination of my my manifesto, and we're talking about video responses.
Okay, we'll culminate your manifesto then. That's
Okay.
fine.
I think that like all the pedo shit we see now, it was an attempt, is the byproduct and probably successful byproduct of an attempt to normalize sexualization among children by creating an anarchic internet where cartoon porn of your favorite characters you just watched on television is freely and easily available to anyone with a Google.
Yeah. That was the first issue I'd ever brought into this show when I called in the year 2020.
Yeah.
It was Rule 34, not as a website additionally, but as a concept. The idea that children can look up the name of any Pokemon, Sonic character, My Little Pony, and the second result, unblurred, is vaginal penetration or shitting dick nipples, depending on which franchise.
But I think the really insidious nature of sites like Pal Comics is like the extreme fetish present.
Yeah.
Like it's everywhere.
Every cartoon ultimately becomes more memorable in the eyes of a lot of people for its fetish community than its actual content.
Adventure Time. People don't talk about this, but the first 2 seasons of Adventure Time, almost every single episode has like serious fetish content in it.
Really?
Yeah.
And you could
I
learn more
I
about
wasn't allowed
those.
to watch Adventure Time. I actually escaped that.
After the second season, they basically drop it off the cliff, and this is apocryphal, but the story I heard is one of the producers at Cartoon Network, someone heavily tied to Epstein, what we later found out, was pushing for this shit and to be in the show, and only after it was super successful were they able to get him out of the writer's room.
Wait, are you telling me there's like a huge conspiracy involving like the global elite pedophiles and the merging of children's media and pornography?
Yeah, I am.
Is that true? Is that a real thing?
I could probably, if I
I'm
wanted to.
having the
and had the time.
vulnerable aspiring conspiracy theorist moment of this affirms a lot of things I believe.
I could
I want it
probably,
to be
if
true.
I
I don't
ever
want that
find
to
the
be
time,
true.
put it all together in like a neat, like watchable video, and maybe I'm gonna do
Talk
that
to me
now.
about this. Talk to me about this sometime.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
very
There's a
interesting
little
and
bit of this
horrifying.
talk. There's
Yeah,
a little
you-
bit of this talk on episode 2, the bigger black bread of your cast. Check it out.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Episode
talked about this in the
5.
first show. I think we went a little deeper into it too.
To sort of like bring video games into sort of like this realm, BioShock Infinite is pretty much responsible for kicking off the entire SFM freaking thing on
What
the
is
internet.
SFM?
It's just
Source filmmaker.
souped up 3D porn.
It basically
SFM is
Oh,
it's not just
the
porn,
worst
it's
fucking
animation
kind.
software.
So SFM allowed for like the mass dissemination of anyone to create any video, but BioShock Infinite, the models released on there were so high quality that it created some of the first breakthrough 3D porn videos. They were not the first, Mo, or ever talked. They were
No,
not the first.
I think no.
They were not the first,
Elizabeth
and they
is
were not even.
credited.
They're not even the most popular, even of the time. It's just that.
I hard disagree with that. That's not what everyone else says.
No. The most popular 3D animated porn of the last like 20 years is called Breaking the Quiet, and it involves a horse fucking quiet from Metal Gear.
Oh,
That's kind of
Okay.
fun.
Yes.
Not in practice, but
The most popular content is almost always the most extreme of fetishes, generally relating to bestiality and incest.
I'm so glad I'm not a chick, man. With all these penises like having to deal with all these penises coming after me. Like
literally
horse cock,
sometimes.
regular cock,
Horse cock or
everything.
regular cock.
Regular cock, snake cock, weird dick, just enough,
I guess you could really count on
them.
Bioshock Infinite bringing this to the more mainstream.
Oh, that game, dude.
Demigloom,
game-
do you have some
that game
opinions about
is-
that game you'd like to share?
That game's an issue.
So
that
the
game is an
thing with
issue.
Bioshock Infinite is like overall, I find myself wrapped up in the. I mean, it's not exactly a story, but a story comes together throughout the duration of a playthrough, and I really like that. I really like the atmosphere, but ultimately the gameplay I find quite troubling. Like the sort of like it doesn't. I don't know what.
Demigloom, your mic died. You've gone shitty mode.
No. Shitto mode. Is that better?
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we just
Yeah,
hear
okay, that was a
nothing.
troll. That was a
Oh,
troll.
okay.
You can hear me.
Okay,
Okay.
now we can hear you.
Okay. The thing with BioShock Infinite is the gameplay. It doesn't feel like it's like it's locked in any way. Like I don't feel like I understand games have it's even though it's not an open world game, it feels like I'm kind of like wandering around and things are happening endlessly. I don't feel like constrained to
Like,
sections.
The game
I don't and
was
particularly the
unfinished.
boss fights. Particularly the boss fights. I can never really tell like what is and isn't a boss fight until I'm like midway through it. It kind of just feels like they're happening, and like I don't know, whenever I complete something, it never felt like I started off thinking I'm going to complete this part of the game and then I felt like I finished it. It felt like it just kept going on in a way.
All right, so in right before like the game like started entering like post production, there was a very different intent for the game. It was meant to be more open, like BioShock 1 and 2. The city was supposed to like react to you and like your decisions, and the whole like Vox Populi versus Comstock thing. Like you were supposed to be able to take a side in that. Almost all of that was stripped out, and they basically pieced together their open world into a linear like shooter. But they took so much content out of that game to get it to release because the studio was basically rushed with a gun to their head.
So that's where the linearity sort of crumbles then.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it kind of has a cool effect on the immersion. I feel like I'm piecing together a story throughout the duration of my
The
playthrough,
game
but
we
at the
could
same
have got,
time,
the game we could have got would have been so fucking good.
I agree.
I will send you a trailer for that, and anyone listening should watch the
Yeah.
original gameplay trailer to just know how much we lost.
I am truly mourning the loss of the BioShock Infinite I could have experienced instead of did experience because I did play BioShock Infinite and I wasn't super happy with it. Do you agree with me, Mo?
I mean, so you actually have played BioShock Infinite then?
Yeah,
No.
beaten it.
Yeah.
I've never played BioShock Infinite in my life, and this is a running gag that you fall for every time where I pretend that
No,
I've played
I
BioShock
didn't. No,
Infinite.
I didn't fall
I've
for
never-
it this time.
I don't know what
I didn't fall
BioShock
for it
is.
this time.
I know there's like the guy from BioShock, and I know nothing else about it.
You've never actually played the BioShock games? Too bad. They're really
no.
good.
It seemed fun.
You had me convinced because your critique of it is literally what's wrong with the game.
I have this ability to like pretend I know what people are talking about.
Yeah.
Through
Still,
context.
watch that trailer.
I
we
will watch
lost
that
so
trailer.
much.
Send it to me. Did you send it to me?
I put it in the recording chat.
It's in recording chat.
Cool.
Along with the corn pop speech. But folks, without further ado, because I told him to do it like 30 minutes ago and then we got sidetracked. Gingy, what is your issue?
I don't have one.
Gingy, what the
What
fuck? The whole point
My
of
issue-
showing up to the
Just
show.
don't show
issue
up.
It's not an issue. No, I'm just kidding. It's how should I phrase it?
Him coming up with an issue, pretending it was a bit that he didn't have one.
No, I legitimately had one.
He was-
because it
He was
fucking
hoping
came
we'd be
back up
like,
today,
that's
but
okay.
faulty new parts.
Okay. Like new parts that are coming out, or like new parts as in like you got a new part?
I mean, you can take it in any direction. In particular, with me today, that got me super pissed off and more concerned. I had recently been dealing with a pretty significant brake fluid leak in my car, and I spent a couple of hours fixing it, like taking off the passenger rear tire. Fucking, I would love for my fist to meet the person who fucking put the new tires on and shit, because they over tightened the fuck out of that bolt, and it took me a while to take it off. Anyway, put a new brake line on, and everything's fine. Like, I hadn't noticed any leaks for a while. And I noticed it earlier today. That brake leak is back. And so that either tells me that the brake line is faulty, or it's another fucking part that's fucked up that's causing this significant brake fluid issue.
Did you make sure to not reuse the copper crush washer?
Yes.
Okay.
I use new. Speaking of that crush washer, that thing damn near literally like fucking crumbled. That washer was shot. But no, I don't reuse parts like that. I use new parts whenever I swap them out. So, which tells me that either the new parts are faulty, or it could either be the rotor or brake pad that's leaking, which is going to be fucking fantastic and, more importantly, expensive to fix.
And you didn't like over crank it?
No, I did not. So, I don't know.
Honestly, at this rate, man, just finance it. Just fucking finance it. Go to fucking Les Schwab or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do, which kind of leans
I don't think it's
into
going to be that expensive,
fucking
honestly. I
praying
think
at
they're
this
just going
fucking
to be like, "Oh,
point.
you're missing this," and then they're just going to put it on, and you're good to go.
All right, praying
Don't
at
let them
this point, the
upsell you
card
on
that I
anything. Don't
fucking
let them fucking try to get you to do anything else, because they are salesmen. They are used car salesmen, and they don't even sell. They sell you your own car. This is basically what they do.
That
pretty
is
fucking
that is a
much, but
pretty good grift. That's a good plan, is to somehow sell you your own car. The fact that they've made that work.
Yeah, like I was talking, when I brought my van in today to find out what the fuck was making the noise, I suspected it was a wheel bearing, and I almost let them do it. And I was like, why would I do that? I have one sitting inside the van. I could do that myself. But then I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna sell myself. Hey, can you guys do my fucking drums? So honestly, I'm the retard. And then I went in there, and now I'm also getting a new set of tires.
nice. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So, like, fucking fingers goddamn crossed. The card I pulled today, because I sent it to PSA to get fucking graded, comes back a 10. But anyway, so yeah, the fucking leak issue is back, which is gonna be fun to fucking deal with, and faulty new parts again. Like another example, right? My physical copy of Pokemon Ruby that I'd gotten from my grandmother on my 13th birthday. No, it stopped working a couple years ago. I
Did you have
sent
to
it in
replace
to
the
get
battery?
the battery was faulty. Yeah, so that was changed, and they repaired. They did something to one of the, I don't know what word it is, but like one of the chips on the card itself was fucked up, and so they changed it and they sent it back, and it worked one time, and I played for a little bit, saved the game, shut it off, left it alone for a little bit. But when I went back to it, the fucking game's broken again. Like, it won't even boot up now. It's like, clearly
Have
you
you
fucking
tested it on
used.
another Game Boy?
Yeah, I have done God knows how many different Game Boys at this point.
Oh.
Oh,
No,
like,
sucks.
it's
I was telling
they
somebody
turned
a
it into a
game,
DS game, so you got to play it on an original
They
DS.
upgraded it.
Yeah, they upgraded it. You pop it in the original DS, and it's Pokemon Black 2.
somebody
Holy
tried
shit.
to get a fucking discount on a fucking GBA. It was a lot of like worthless GBA games that nobody gives a shit about, and someone came by to grab them and wanted to get one of them for free, And he was just like, "Hey, this one doesn't work. Look, see?" I was like, "Huh, that's weird," because I just cleaned that one and it worked just fine. And I just happened to have my GBA inside of my van. I pulled it out, threw it in there. I'm like, "Works just fine. Problem's your GBA. Clean it."
Oh, so it was that was Gingy trying to get a free game from you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Piece of shit.
Gingy's like, yeah, I got this
Trying to
game
fucking
not
what,
for my
save a
grandmother,
buck?
but
What a
from
piece of
Captain
shit.
Blackbread
It's
at a
$5
yard
for
sale
all
or
of the
whatever.
worthless GBA games.
No, it was actually a GBA copy of fucking Hannah Montana. I tried getting for free from
Was it?
Captain Blackbread.
Yeah.
You tried to
Yeah.
scam him out of his Hannah Montana game, you bitch. How dare
Was
you?
Is there a
it-
Hannah
was it
Montana
Winx Club,
GBA?
actually.
Was there a
I don't
GBA
think so.
copy of the SpongeBob SquarePants
He doesn't
movie?
even remember it right.
That is my holy grail right
Like
now.
the
I'm trying to
actual
find the
movie,
cart.
like a Game
Yes,
Boy Advance video cartridge?
There
They
was
have the
a-
movie on
yes,
the
there were-
GBA video?
there was a cart that was around sometime in like the early 2000s that had the entire SpongeBob the SquarePants movie compressed onto a GBA cart with the GBA resolution.
Amazing.
They had
I don't-
one for Shrek too. It was crazy the movies they would cram on Game Boy.
Yeah.
Advance
I have a
video.
copy of Shrek 2 for GBA video, but it doesn't I don't
This
think it
is-
works on the I don't think it works on my DS. I don't think I can watch GBA videos on the DS.
Yeah, GBA video was
Sure.
like they turned that off for the DS. They were like, "This was a mistake. Please
This
stop
was
with the Game
this
Boy
was
Advance
a
video."
bad idea.
Yeah.
I
Didn't
had
they
Shark
also
Tale.
didn't they also make it so you can't watch GBA videos on like the Game Boy thing or sorry, the GameCube thing with the GBA player?
Yeah,
they
they
did.
Yeah.
Because the resolution would have been like the worst thing you'd ever
It
seen.
would-
I
in
think
your
I thought it
life.
was for piracy because you could easily plug
that too.
a
Yeah.
GameCube
too.
into a VCR or just
I
a DVD.
love the
even a DVD
idea
recorder.
that movie studios were scared of people pirating the GBA
Game Boy
bit crush
Advance
version of their
videos.
fucking movies.
We
Yeah.
cannot have we can't have this fucking like 25p version of the movie out there. Everybody will fucking watch this instead of going to the theaters. They'll all crowd around.
It's a
the
genuine
GBA.
16-bit movie if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 32-bit.
What was the speaker system in the GBA? It was like so fucking like primordial.
Yeah, it was all MIDI. All the soundtracks for the games were MIDI. So to compress like actual recorded audio for a whole movie onto there,
Well,
they
the-
would have had better luck just recreating the sounds and stuff with like
well,
GBA instruments.
That's the best part is that it didn't sound right either.
Yeah.
It was fucked.
Do you think people could make movies like for wouldn't it be cool if they made movies for like the Super Nintendo or N64, but it was just like graphics for those consoles rendering like film sequences?
That'd be really fun to see with like an actual
Mm.
3D movie. If they could just take
Yeah.
like the final render of it and just crush it down to the N64.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm surprised nobody ever has like done that. Like,
Yeah, why
put,
didn't no one
like-
do like Cars 2 for the
Somebody-
N64?
Somebody, I think there's like an animation animation software like project file for Shrek. So I saw people like modding the movie Shrek, like putting other 3D models in the movie. Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
crazy if we could leak the sources, like the animation sources for movies, so we could mod movies?
Well, you know,
Holy
someday
shit, mod fucking Chris Farley back into Shrek.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna make a prediction right now.
Let's go.
You
Any-
don't watch Shrek with the Chris Farley mod?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna make a prediction
Dude.
right now. Any
I thought
3D
Mike Myers
movie
was an
that has been
ultimately good
released
decision.
ever, as long as they have not deleted the files, one day it will be leaked.
Hopefully.
One day. I mean, Nintendo had their everything Nintendo ever did leak.
Yeah. Nickelodeon is like there's a huge leak they need to fix at like in Nickelodeon Studios because that shit is getting everywhere.
The Avatar movie,
Oh,
the Avatar movie came out months
Mhm.
early. All the new SpongeBob movies came out months early on the internet. Somebody's just the pilot for the new Fairly Odd Parents show came out early.
You know
Somebody's
what it
just
is,
leaking
right?
everything. At
Somebody's
Nickelodeon.
all the old super old like pretty much any time somebody posts on the internet like, hey, do you remember this Nickelodeon thing that might have aired on TV? Like I don't, like people posted like if it's lost or forgotten media, and then it's like it turns out to be completely lost media, and then somebody from Nickelodeon will just leak it like a couple months later, like every time.
So I have
There's
a
like a
theory on
lost
this.
media YouTuber fan like working at Nickelodeon.
Every major studio right now, like all their movies are getting leaked, right? Or they're
Yeah.
getting ransomed
Paramount,
with
right?
a leak. What I think has happened is what like some software they're using for like 3D processing or something. It has some like Chinese fucking spyware in it, and just some some guy in China is just like reaping the rewards of all these fucking retards using their software. Because even live action movies nowadays use 3D production. So if
Yeah.
there is just anything compromised in that that chain there, like everything from their servers could just be offloaded to China or Russia, somewhere in Africa. It could be anywhere. They could be going literally anywhere. And
You guys hear about the
these
most recent
studios
big fucking leak though?
wouldn't be any the wiser.
You know,
Sorry.
it's theorized that big studios might have something to do with why the final episode of Digital Circus was leaked.
Yeah, probably.
Because they don't want indie studios to make it, and people are
Yeah.
talking about, I was upset about it, and they're like spoiling the shit out of it. I'm glad I haven't found
Well,
those.
Amazing Digital Circus is like outperforming every Marvel movie released in like the last 5 years besides Endgame.
They're yeah, definitely jealous. That's for sure.
Well, it's the same reason why like mainstream news refused to cover YouTubers for like 20 years. It's an emergent rival that is so dangerous to their business model that like even acknowledging them provides an existential threat.
Well, all the boomers that are watching the news are gonna fucking die in the next 10 years, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
All right, folks. We were talking about Game Boy Advance video a minute ago, which is
Yeah.
a decent thematic transition into what my issue is, and I think I
yeah.
have the perfect name for what I'm trying to convey here.
Oh, it's a
Um,
PSP like UMD movies, right?
No. Yeah, those are cool. Those
Those
are
were
quick
good.
fixes,
Those
not
were like
issues.
actually good. Not like the GBA fucking bootleg equivalent.
It is funny how, like, if we're talking Game Boy Advanced, or if we're talking Nintendo handhelds in general, there was
Hey, before we
always
start talking Nintendo handheld in general, can I say what my issue is?
No.
Yeah,
It'll really
No,
tie
Maybe
in.
my
this is
issue
really
wasn't
fun.
done yet before you assholes cut me off.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
Oh,
Gingy.
shit,
Is your
sorry.
issue done?
It
His issue
is.
was
Thank
pretty
you
real.
so much for
Okay.
asking.
holy shit. There's the entire Harry Potter movie collection on UMD video.
Holy shit. But folks, my issue, I've decided to call it the aesthetic consequences of the Nintendo Switch. Okay? Look, the Nintendo Switch is a beautifully convenient device that brings you so much Nintendo entertainment in the palm of your hand and on your television in one convenient device.
could.
Revolutionary, really cool. But the thing about it is, what
Totally original.
Nintendo
They'd
You
never
always
could say it
before.
is the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Shut the fuck up. What Nintendo
Watch my
always
Metroid stream later. I might actually do that and properly hook it up this time.
That would be good. But what Nintendo always had throughout all these years, was this unique system where, like, obviously other companies tried this, but like it was with varying success. Like, obviously the PSP did pretty well, but then the Vita crashed and PlayStation never did it again. Xbox never even dared trifle in the portable market. Sega tried once with the Game Gear and it went terribly and they got raped by the Game Boy, so they stopped. Like, the only company
Riley.
that was doing consistent handheld consoles was Nintendo. And it's just
Hey,
the
hey.
separation of the handheld Nintendo world and the console Nintendo world, and like the aesthetics that were different between the two and the aesthetics that were the same between the two, and the way that everything was married between like two separate devices.
God
is
damn it,
like,
Riley.
I'm doing my issue, Black Bread. You can talk when I say you can talk, you fuck.
Yeah.
Atari Lynx. There was the Atari Lynx in there too.
Okay, yeah, the Atari Lynx, and then that sold terribly, and Atari never did it
And the
again.
Turbo
Thanks. Very
Express.
important.
A portable
see-
fucking Turbo Graphics 16.
That was awesome, but nothing really TurboGrafx sold well enough for that to continue to exist. But
Oh, and also
the-
Game Gears are a ticking time bomb. They're all fucking exploding unless you fix them now.
Oh no.
Yeah, literally, there's a capacitor that blows up in them like over
So
time.
yeah, everybody was fucking
Oh,
this
so it's
up
like the
except for
Samsung.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
But just it was a
Well,
ticking
it doesn't
time bomb.
literally explode. It just one of the capacitors leaks over like very important components. So Game Gears are actually becoming extinct unless somebody mods them or recaps them.
That's
It's
interesting.
Sega's
I didn't
master
know that.
plan. They knew what they were doing.
Their master plan was their
Yeah,
master
they're gonna
system.
re-release the Game Gear in 2 years.
Game
Yeah.
Gear 2.
Game Gear Mini. Remember that craze? Anyway, sorry, Riley, continue.
But yeah, the point is, like, there was something about that era, and like the internet, especially, obviously the Game Boy line is iconic, and like that aesthetic is missed on its own. But the specifically the aesthetic of the DS and the Wii,
And
and
the
like
Wii
the
U.
interconnectivity they had between each other, and the Wii U and the
So
3DS.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
DS
There was a
wasn't- didn't
Nintendo
connect to the
aesthetic
Wii.
that was shared, but it evolved over time. But it was shared among like all of Nintendo.
That was a
There's, like, a
DSi
unified
thing that
aesthetic.
connected with the Wii.
What, Blackbread?
The DSi could connect with the Wii, and so could the 3DS.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait,
You
the
could
3DS could
import
connect with
Mii's.
the Wii?
No.
The 3DS, yeah, you could import your Mii's to your 3DS.
Oh
From
yeah,
the
you
Wii,
could.
yeah.
From the Wii
But
U?
that was like a
No,
QR
from the
code
Wii.
thing.
Really?
The Wii, was it
Yeah.
a QR code? Just a QR code?
Yeah, that
or
was a
it?
QR code thing.
If
The
it's
Wii
just a
U
QR
had
code,
some-
then that's normal.
The Wii
That's
U
Was it a
had some
QR code? I
3DS
thought it
stuff.
was something
Yeah.
else.
No, it was a QR code. There
It
might have
been
been
a way.
Ah.
No, there is a way. I think
Yeah.
there is a way to transfer directly from the Wii Me channel. I mean,
Yeah.
it always. I remember there was always the option on the Nintendo 3DS. It always said, "Would you like to transfer them from a QR code or from the Wii channel or from
Oh
like
yeah.
Tomodachi Life or whatever?" Is there a
'Cause-
way to do it directly from the Wii channel without a
I
QR code?
thought there was. And
There
you could
might
do
be.
it from either a DSi or a 3DS. I remember
Actually,
I
I
did
do
it from my
remember
3DS.
the DS and the 3DS had like a really good like Wi-Fi system where they could just connect to anything that wanted to.
Yeah. They really took
And they
this. They
still
had,
function
it was
with modern
completely
day
different
routers.
technology. It was
You could
completely
be-
different technology, but it's a similar philosophy to what was it called? It was not Street Pass. There was PictoChat, but what was it called when you like connected the two DSs together for multiplayer without the
Download
internet?
and
Download play?
Yeah, download play.
That was like
Yeah.
You guys all said download play in unison. That's awesome.
that was like the most like influential thing like growing up with the DS was download play because you could just
Oh man,
play a
and
game you
PictoChat.
didn't own with someone, like there were games
Dude, I got
designed to just buy one copy and download play it with people.
I got
Yeah,
some
yeah.
racist
Mario Kart
ass
DS.
shit from fucking PictoChat.
Dude, I would play Mario Kart. Me and my friends would like secretly all like from different classrooms in high school or sorry, middle school. We would congregate in the bathroom at the same time, all from different classes, and like we would occupy all the bathroom stalls and play fucking Mario Kart DS download play.
Oh, fucking
Um,
sick. Yeah, my friends and I would do that at lunch and shit. It was great. We didn't all have
The best-
3DSs, but we all
Getting
had
a street pass at
DSs.
school too. You like instantly made a new friend.
Yeah, we had like
Immediately for
fucking,
the 3DS
we had
era.
like fucking 9 players at once. It was cool as shit.
People are
It
gonna
felt
hate
like
me for this.
it felt tying into Riley's thing with the
Motivating.
aesthetic. Not even just the visual aesthetic. Like when you owned a Nintendo console, there were so many things that like with like PictoChat with the DS, like Nintendo handhelds, like it brought people together who had them. It's like I'm a Nintendo. It
Yeah.
felt like it was like a proto version of how everyone has an iPhone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was so cool. You meet somebody else, like it's like that's to me that's where the technology peaked, where it didn't consume our whole lives. It like enhanced our regular real lives.
People are gonna hang me for this, but the best Metroid game ever was Metroid Prime Hunters on the DS. Because for some fucking reason, for like 15 years after that game launched, they kept the online servers going. So you could just like hop into what is like effectively DS Quake anytime.
That's fun.
Yeah, I
didn't-
heard good things about the online multiplayer of that. Had they brought the servers back yet?
No, there's a private server though you can play now.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
But yeah, just that era, the Wii and DS especially, I feel like. But Demigloom definitely makes some good points about the 3DS and like the Wii U in that era
Fucking
as well.
3DS Street Pass. I was
I feel like
Bitchy
it's
McGee in
stands
my
me
high school.
personally.
No one knew who Bitchy McGee was, but my god, they all had him on their fucking 3DS.
The Nintendo Switch to me also like it's interesting. The industry all at once shifted from the futuristic, like, you know, tech innate, like we talk about the Frutiger Arrow aesthetic, which like fuses like nature and wildlife and like natural landscapes with like futuristic technology. Like that was
Are
the
you-
aesthetic. That was the aesthetic of the 3DS and Wii U era, and to an extent the DS era. Like
That extends out to
like
the music
DSi.
too.
Yeah, the music to everything. Everything was like tech. Like tech always. It's interesting, and we shifted so quickly to corporate minimalism, and it perfectly correlated with the Nintendo Switch's aesthetic being so dead. It's like I think people as people grew more and more disaffected with our futures, particularly in America, but really in any part of the world. We became so disaffected with the future of technology that technology no longer presented itself as like a really happy thing. It's very straightforward that it's a soulless sort of antichrist that is ruining our lives. It's much more shameless about that.
Yeah.
Technology, like the aesthetic of technology felt utopian, and it became dystopian as we realized it was dystopian. It matched our expectations both times.
Yeah, the thing about the Nintendo Switch is it really is like the like distilled corporatized Nintendo. And like it is convenient and ultimately the games are still like bright and fun. It's still something that you want is the Nintendo Switch, but like the experience and the aesthetic of just like Nintendo devices is something that was like really unique for a long time. And Nintendo Switch definitely was just like here's everything you would want out of Nintendo video game wise in a very cookie cutter device that's very like aesthetically like modern and shitty, and like you can't even have themes in your fucking menu. It's the same
Rest in
black
peace, 3DS
background.
names.
You can change the color.
Oh yeah, you can change it. Demigloom, I'm sorry, I forgot.
You could
this.
choose from like 6 like muted dead corpses of colors.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
look like rotting color. Like if colors switch background options.
I'm just saying, like the Nintendo Switch, I get it. I get it, right? Very convenient, very streamlined, but like there's something lost. There's something missing. I think they should just make a new DS for fun. Like it does not even have to like be technologically on par with any of the consoles that are out today. Just make a fucking meme console. And I
Okay.
think it would do numbers if they did
But-
like the 4DS and it was just like slightly better than the 3DS and we could bring back DS culture. I feel like that might go hard.
What I think they should
Or
do
they
is
could
just-
release it like a DS Classic.
Yeah,
DS
yeah.
Classic, something like that.
Well, they
Or
should
how
just
about
do
download and play for the fucking Switch?
They
That
should
is
just
a thing.
They
They're
should
doing
just
that
do
on the
a
Switch too.
3DS style console and just have the full library on it. Like maybe you buy like games for it at a lower rate, download play only, and it has like enhanced features for like that interconnectivity part of it. You know, maybe
If
there's
only
some
there
like
was some way to
online.
do something like that with a 3DS.
Maybe there's some like online features so you
Oh
can
my
like play
god, here
it.
comes
Probably-
Blackbread's flavor of autism as he discovers exciting new technology and then he tells everybody about it. Guys,
Well,
did you know you can
it
mod
wouldn't
your
be
3DS?
like that if you just fucking listen and fucking mod your 3DS.
Fucking.
Guys, did you know you can mod your 3DS? Did you know it's extremely easy to mod your 3DS? Have you heard that before?
Wait, have you modded your 3DS, Blackbread?
No.
Okay. I need somebody who's modded. I need somebody who's modded their 3DS to show me how. And I'm not trusting people who haven't done it themselves.
I modded my PSP.
Is that wait? Should I get a PSP and mod it? I was thinking about doing that a while ago.
I've heard modded PSPs are the goat. I've heard great things about
My
modded
PSP model is the original 1000, but I've modded it, so now all I have to do is legally acquire the ISO file of any PSP games, slap it on the memory stick, and I can play it.
Damn, that must be a journey legally acquiring them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Of course.
And
But
legally acquiring a English copy of a Japanese exclusive game, is
Yeah,
pretty adventurous.
it's
Attack
pretty
Force
adventurous.
5.
You have to no. You
Excuse
could
me.
download. You could download like the patch file legally,
Yeah.
but you
And then
but
that's
then also
literally
legally.
it to mod the original 1000 is finding the patch file, downloading it, legally finding it and downloading it, and then putting it on your SD card, and then it's like you're loading up a fucking flash card.
The Demigloom, actually, there's an incredibly legal way to mod your DS. It's totally
There's
fine
no
to
legal
do.
way to
So you
mod
can
your
actually
I want to know the
download your
most
games
legal way.
directly to your console. So the
Download what?
games that you have, you can download the data to the console to basically have a digital version of it, and it's actually legal because you own the game.
Oh.
You just can't distribute it.
Well, why would I want a digital copy of something I already have a physical copy of that can only play on the hardware that also plays the physical copy if I'm not going to distribute it? Of course I'm going to distribute it.
What if you lose it? Then you still have it.
But you're just not supposed to do it.
Yeah, okay, so it's a backup.
Yeah.
It's just
Backup ROM. Right.
Yeah, backup
Well, I
ROM,
have
or you
thousands.
don't have
I
to
have
carry
thousands
around
and
20
thousands and
games with you.
thousands. I have thousands of gigabytes of backup ROMs on my computer right now for games that I
yeah. Games we all own. Yeah.
all the games
I
that I
think
play
it's
on my
really cool that
channel.
you
I
own
actually
every single Atari 2600 game. Like that must have been like really hard to go and find every one.
Demigloom actually has like a room in her house that's just you open it and the whole room is DS cards. Like it's just you open the door and it's just black, but there's little slits and you can
That's
tell it's just like
actually not
700
entirely
DS
untrue.
cards.
That's not entirely untrue. My closet in my living room, if you remember when you came here, there's like a closet in the living room.
Mhm.
When you open that,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah, I
all
remember
just
being
like
there.
plastic. It's all plastic bins full of DVDs and DS games and VHS tapes.
Hell yeah.
But that's my backup. Those are my backup copies. Or sorry, those are the copies I'm backing up on my computer for Let's Plays and stuff.
Of course. But okay,
I also have lots of
now
legal backups of books where I took the pictures of the pages.
pretty
And all
good.
the bad
Sorry.
dragons are actually just backups of
Yeah, my bad
Animal
dragons.
cocks.
They're backups of real animal cocks that I do use for sexual purposes. I am a
Nice.
pedophile, but it's not illegal.
It's not illegal.
So you're
Yeah.
the person behind the whole meme that you leave your fucking TV on or YouTube on, and you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. The giant horse cock.
Yeah.
Knew it.
Okay, now's the
I'm
section
Bosch.
of this issue where I just want to talk about how the Game Boy Advance SP is the greatest thing ever created by mortals.
It's awesome.
And I love the Game Boy Advanced SP. It's designed so perfectly.
If you love it so much, why don't you call it by its actual name, Game Boy Advance? There's no D at the end of it. Get it right.
It is Game Boy Advance.
Why don't you fucking kill yourself,
Wait,
Black Bread?
Has it been
Holy
Game Boy
shit.
Advance the whole time with no D?
I'm gonna
Yeah, but I
solve
will go
this
no
right
further
now.
on that.
Holy shit, it is. It's Game Boy Advance.
That's insane.
That
That's
makes sense
crazy.
because it's like advance. You get an advance on it. No, that doesn't make sense. It's supposed to be. I thought it. I always thought it was.
I thought it was an advanced Game Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this shit?
But yeah, the
Keep
Game Boy
moving
Advance.
forward, not that it already has moved
SP.
forward and it's in the past. Past
L
tense,
bit. This is
fucking
an L
bullshit.
bit. Get out. L bit.
The Game Boy
Is this
Advance.
a bit? I'm just
SP,
earnestly confused about it.
The
I am
the
not sure whether
clamshell
this is a bit either.
design, the shape, the button placement, everything's flawless.
If only Nintendo
Oh,
stuck
which
with
one?
that clamshell design for a while.
they did.
Oh, on the
in fact,
clamshells?
and it was great.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, no, the original is so much better to hold, like,
Fucking
but it's not
die.
backlit.
How dare you?
Yeah, there's no light on the screen. You might
can
as well be
mod it.
playing a fucking.
Did
Yeah,
you
you
know
can
you
mod-
can mod your original
Yeah.
Game Boy Advance to have a backlit?
Literally, the Game Boy Color, and the original Game Boy Advance all had accessories sold by Nintendo you could buy that were lights for them, so you could fucking see them. That's and
Oh.
also it's not a time period issue because Sega was releasing their respective handholds during those eras, and they had lights. They had like
and
nice.
you know
like,
what else? The televisions of the time also had lights. You could
Did
see
you
the
know
TV.
that you
All I'm
can
saying
mod
is-
old TVs?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can mod old TVs to have no light.
Yeah. You have to use
I am
the
encouraging
sunlight.
everybody watching this. If you have an old CRT television at home, when you open the back of it, there's going to be this thing that looks like a big tank just full of air. There's a bunch of candy in there.
So you
Was
just
that
got to
big
smash
what?
it with a hammer a
Okay.
lot.
Dude, that made me think back to an old TV I used to have growing up. It was one of those gigantic fat ones.
Yeah.
Like towards the end of its life,
It was a body positive
you would
TV. Come
risk
on.
having electric shock just being near the goddamn thing. Like the picture wouldn't come in, so
Yeah.
you would literally have to beat the shit on the top end of it just to get the picture to fucking blink in.
Maybe you were just impatient because it takes a little bit of time for the picture to appear on some of the older ones.
That's what you think, but no, I'm telling you, even waiting for the picture to naturally load in, it just wouldn't. You hear the
Why do I
noise, the
feel
screen
like-
would flicker, and then you would
I'm
literally
wondering.
have to beat it.
This is a total
Hmm.
shot in the dark here, but I'm wondering if anyone else also had the experience of like, I mean, I say as a kid because CRT TVs only existed when I was a young kid, but as in the past, back in the past when CRT TVs were like a thing people had in their house. Do you guys ever remember the fucking white noise that they would create if you accidentally left them on? That
Yeah,
really
that
piercing
show's
loud.
crazy.
You ever like tried to fall asleep and then you realize there's that noise and like, what the fuck is that? And then you like realize your TV's on.
Well, no, because it falls in the background and you don't even know. And so many people fell asleep with the TV on back in the day, you didn't even know.
Yeah, it's just like I wonder how much hearing damage that did to people because that is a brutal, piercing sound. You can hear it from the
Come
other
again?
room, and it's not
Yeah.
just a sound; it's like a vibration. It feels like my my like eardrums are being electrocuted a little bit. It's
They
crazy.
are. They
Well, I
are
still
actually
have one,
being
and I
murdered.
can hear it, and I just ignore it, and I pretend like it's maybe not doing any of that stuff.
I have one, but since I haven't used it, since I don't use it often, like I notice it every time now, and it's like,
Yeah.
God, ow! And it
That's
doesn't
why you
matter.
gotta
Like
like
it's not
play
even a
whole
volume thing.
game. You got to play a whole game on it for a while, and then
I played. Yeah, I've done it. I had a CRT. Like, I was a CRT guy. Like up until like after the pandemic. Like I'd say until like 2023 when I had to sell all of my retro games.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
That's
it was heartbreaking. Dude, I had like a whole childhood collection. I had like maybe like 200 games total, and they spanned like PS1, PS2, PS3, fucking N64, Super Nintendo, Game Boy. I kept all my PS1, PS3, and DS things because those are difficult to emulate, and also like, what I mean? You can take everything away from me, but you can't take my childhood DS away from me, man.
It's
That's the one
PS1
thing.
and DS. Well, I guess DS because a lot of the games are like unplayable, but
My
PS1
Yeah,
I
well,
think
the
is pretty
DS
easy to
bigger.
emulate.
PS1's like complicated to emulate, but I also just like having the PS3 and like, keeping the PS1 games along with it because I can play them on
That's
the
true
PS3.
because you can play them. That's true.
Yeah, I still have my OG Pokemon Red for all this time. Still got it.
Nice.
That's insane. That's awesome.
Has everyone done
Oh
their issue
yeah,
yet?
you know I actually beat Pokemon
No.
Blue for the first time, like fucking shit. I think it was either 2019 or 2020. I beat it.
Oh yeah.
Original
Damn time.
Oh
hardware?
my fucking god, that was 6 years ago. It really doesn't feel like it.
Did you play it with a speed button?
No, I played it on an original Game Boy.
Nice.
Good boy.
That's dedicated. That's
That's an
I have a
achievement.
hard.
You unlocked
out
an
to do
achievement
that.
for that.
Yeah, like
Okay,
I'm
did
talking
you
about
guys
the
ever,
DMV, the dot matrix Game Boy, the original.
Did you guys ever play Mario Party Advanced?
I
I was
did.
so disappointed.
I
with that game.
100%ed it.
I must
Really?
confess, I never was a GBA kid.
I am one of the only people in the world who could say they 100% in Mario Party Advanced. My God, what a
That's
shit game!
crazy.
It was really disappointing. Like, why is one of the games literally just like guess where the stick falls?
Because fuck you.
Have
I
you guys
bet
played?
That's like the best game too. Like, oh, my fucking favorite.
Have any of you
Press the
guys played a
button.
really shitty console version of Doom before? Like 32X, Game Boy Advance, Super Nintendo, like Super Nintendo Doom.
I didn't think Super Nintendo Doom was too bad. I didn't play the
Nintendo Doom is
3DX
competent.
version though.
Super Nintendo Doom is like pretty bad.
Well, yeah,
just-
I
The
mean, this
32X
was
Doom.
the hold on. This was sort of in a time where they devs were barely learning how to port things over to
Yeah.
consoles and to PC.
And it was
Oh,
also
fuck.
just a very advanced PC game. Like a lot of people's
Yeah.
PCs couldn't even run the original Doom. So like trying to get that on a Super Nintendo. Do you guys know that Doom for the Super Nintendo was one of the first online video game tournaments ever? There was like in Japan, they had a bunch of online Doom tournaments. on the Super Nintendo. They're like official.
Wait, but how does that work? Were they all just competing for the fastest time, or what?
They had
couldn't have
death
been fighting
matches.
each
They had
other.
death matches.
What?
They had online multiplayer death matches on Doom
Okay,
for the
hold on.
Super Nintendo.
The Super Nintendo Doom had, first of all, had multiplayer. I wasn't aware of this.
No, it doesn't even have 2-player multiplayer. It was just like a mode that only existed, and the people would like download some information from the internet too. I don't remember how, but like you guys know how like Pokemon on the like Pokemon Gold and Silver, I believe, have they had like kind of like had like internet things. Like how
Yeah.
the Game Boy kind of had like internet connectivity. It was kind of like a version of that for the Super Nintendo, but they
It
had
wasn't
fucking
internet
Doom
connectivity.
death
You
matches
could just send mystery eggs and other items through the
through a
what you
landline.
call it, through it was
Through
like
dial-up.
through thing that remotes go off of.
Infrared.
They had they had the infrared things that you could like put them close together, point them at each other, and you could send things back and forth.
No, but there was the Game Boy Color, specifically I believe the Game Boy Color, and then later the Game Boy Advanced had an attachment. I think it might have been Japanese only, but there was an attachment where you could get some like in-game content online, kind of like event Pokemon now.
Was this like a clear looking thing that you plug into the top?
It connected to dial-up internet, I believe so.
Oh, I used to have this. I didn't know what it was for. I thought it was just for like wireless link cable, and I was so ecstatic to have two
It's
of
like
them. And
so
then,
the picture I'm looking at is like a clear. It's like see-through but gray, and it's just like a circuit board with a round thing around it. Does that sound about right?
it's got two little tabs coming out the side.
Yeah, and then a plug.
That's it. Yeah, I used to have one of those. I didn't know what
that
it
was
was
an
for.
internet adapter, and I believe
That's
it
fucking
connected
insane.
through dial-up. Okay, I have like a chart. I think I have a chart right now. No, that's not it. That's Internet Archive, not Game Boy Advance. Internet. Okay, yeah, but like, okay, so that's GBA. I think there was one for the Game Boy Color too. Yes, there was a dial-up. There was a dial-up attachment. For
Yeah,
the
I
Game Boy
remember
Color.
Pokemon Crystal.
There was
did
a
some
TV
stuff like
tuner as
that
well.
in Japan.
There was a what?
There was a TV tuner. You could watch TV on your Game Boy Color or Game Boy
Wasn't that like
Advance.
its own game cartridge?
Yep.
That's awesome, dude. Dude,
Yeah, it had
Nintendo
an
handhelds
antenna
are the
on it.
coolest thing ever.
They're so awesome.
It's awesome.
don't-
You could just I don't know how you could just like learn something about a Nintendo handheld that you haven't heard before. Your response is always going to be, "That's awesome." It's so
Yeah, like
awesome.
how you could use the original Game Boy as a fish radar.
Yeah.
They
Well, we
fucking
also-
modern technology convenience us out of all these fucking fun little features that
Yeah,
we
because
had
now
on
it's
these
not-
old
Here's the thing.
primitive devices.
I can't even
it's
use
no
my
longer
phone
cool.
as a fish
Reminiscing.
radar.
But you guys, like, these things were so fucking ass to use. They barely worked,
Yeah.
and no one bought them.
That's true. But it's cool.
It's cool, but it's like
It's cool.
ass.
It sucked, but it's cool. It's
like
cool
complete
now.
ass.
But the thing is, like, if somebody was like, "Look, I can use my phone as a fish radar," most people are like, "How do fish radars work?" I guess
you
that
guys-
might.
Did you guys fucking ever get a TV radio lantern for Christmas as a kid, and then you just never used it?
TV radio lantern?
It was a portable TV. It had a lantern and it had a radio. And the
Let me see
idea was
here.
like, oh, we'll go camping and be able to use these. You put like 6D batteries in it, and then like
I think I had one of. I mean, I was
it
raised
was a
in like.
black and white screen.
I was born in 2004, so this is way before my time. But I think I got one
That's
of these
when
from
I
a
had
thrift
mine.
store once.
Yeah, that's when I had mine. That's when I got it
I've
for
seen
Christmas.
these. I've definitely seen these before. They have a camera on them too.
No.
I've seen some of these that look like cameras.
That's probably newer ones, but it was a
it
little
WeatherX or something
CRT.
like that?
I don't know, but it was a little CRT, and it had a lantern on it, and it had a fucking little radio tuner, and like all three of us fucking got one, and I think I'm
Why
the
does
only
the
one that ever
lantern?
used mine.
I'm looking at them right now. The lanterns always face you if you're watching TV, so you can't have the lantern like. You can't like shine light and watch TV because the light will go in your face.
I don't entirely
so-
remember what mine looked like. I just remember that I was able to get the rabbit ears tuned in, and I watched an episode of The Simpsons on it, and then that was it. And that was in my own house while someone else was watching it in the other room. So I'd hear it. I'd hear the broadcast from the other room happen first before I saw it happen on my screen.
Riley, can I do my issue now because it would be the most natural segue you could possibly imagine?
I'm gonna have to go in a
Mo,
minute.
does that piss you off, or are you okay with that?
If I do my issue first?
Do
It's just 'cause it's about this
I don't
topic.
care. It's fine.
I'm
You
Oh, yeah,
just
it's just,
letting
I'm
you
just,
guys know
I'm just
I'm gonna
asking
have to
because
leave in a
it's like
minute.
about this exact topic.
Okay, why would that
Mo-
piss me off, Riley?
Because Mo hasn't said anything in an hour and a half, and it was supposed to be
Oh
his turn next.
no,
I just wanted
no,
to
no,
make
no!
sure
It's
he was okay.
no, it's all good.
He's
You
just playing
guys are
Bioshock
talking
Infinite
about.
as some
Oh
kind of
yeah, yeah,
quasi
yeah.
boss fight or something. I
The,
don't know.
Mo can't
Oh
relate to
yeah.
any of this because he was already 35 when the Game Boy came out. So,
Oh well, honestly, like
He was
my
not
parents
35 when the
didn't.
Game Boy came out. He was a
When
teenager.
his hairline had just started to recede.
My parents didn't have enough money for like Game
Mm-hmm.
Boys and Game Boys Advances and stuff, so we just had the consoles.
Okay. You were born in
That's-
1979?
No, 1980.
Oh, okay.
but yeah,
Your issue?
Demigloom, hit us with your issue.
My issue, okay, is when I say death, I mean it quite literally. That's my issue, death.
Oh,
No, I'm
death.
kidding. My issue,
Oh.
my issue is the death of non-internet broadcasting and communication. If we can figure out a way to shorten that.
The
Offline
death
communication.
of analog broadcasting.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
The death of analog broadcasting. Even though that's not really like the whole point. I'm making a point that's bigger than that. But that'll be okay.
We ought to be
Okay.
glad that's dead, actually.
Wow.
They had a stranglehold on everything, all the fucking commercials and shit.
Yeah,
Net
yeah.
positive
No, for
is
sure,
gone.
for sure. I still think it's probably better in a lot of ways. But right now, I think there has been, you know what? Okay, this is not my issue. This is part of my issue. This is a small part of my issue. So I'm not leading with like my whole issue. But I'll start and say there has been no proper, despite smartphones connecting us even stronger to our local community than pretty much any previous version of broadcasting or media did. There have yet to be a proper replacement for the concept of local radio and public access television. There is no
YouTube.
There's this really fucking awesome thing. No, it hasn't. I'll get into why YouTube hasn't replaced it.
Okay.
And it would be a very simple YouTube feature would replace this. But there was a time period where you could just turn on your TV and not even with cable, just with an antenna. You'd go to, which channels to go to. There was a long series of channels on your television that were just people from your town doing shit, or at least your county area. There's just people from your town doing shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a in Milwaukee. There was there's this. So I'm from Wisconsin. I live in Madison, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. But do people who aren't from Wisconsin like know what Milwaukee is?
No.
I don't
No.
think so.
I do, yeah.
You guys have like heard the name Milwaukee, right? But like don't know
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
about it.
I just order like
I've used-
Wisconsin cheese through you.
I use
I've been there and
Milwaukee
I don't know
tools.
shit about it.
They're pretty good.
Milwaukee is a place where they eat brats instead of hot dogs. It's
Oh,
Chicago,
yeah?
but
Oh, yeah?
brats instead of hot dogs. And less big. It's like a little mini Chicago, and they don't have hot dogs; they have brats. Anyways, I got to experience a lot of public access television from Milwaukee through YouTube, actually. And it's so fucking cool. There's this sort of infamous prankster in Milwaukee, or rather a group of infamous pranksters in Milwaukee called the Filth Lovers. And what they would do is they would call into public access television shows. A lot of them were small local broadcasts, essentially just live feed from a camera and a microphone in somebody's room to, if you're lucky, a small studio space. But it's just like a small place where somebody has a camera and a microphone, and they're basically live streaming. They're basically just live streams of 90s shit happening in people's houses or in small studios, and it's the coolest fucking shit I ever seen. Apparently Milwaukee had a whole fucking a local public access TV series called Players Hotline, and they have a very flamboyant I don't know if he's flamboyant or boisterous. He's somewhere in between. He's just this like black
He's
dude with a comb in his
flamboisterous.
hair. Flamboisterous. Thank you. He's a very flamboisterous black guy being super goofy. He sounds like Chris Rock, his voice. And he just lets anyone call in for advice on how to be a playa. And this happened like weekly and on a public access television. And just other people from that city are watching this show. They're like, oh yeah, this is a thing going on in the city. It's on the channel. You call your friend. You can say like, hey, you seen the public access channel? Yeah, go to like channel 3 because it's probably the same for everybody at this time. And then check out this guy and his players hotline from the city. And then you can call. Hey, call your friend and say, hey, I'm going to call into the show. Watch it. And you can talk to people. Like that's so cool. Like, and people who are really into public access and the calling in, it's almost like they had like Discord servers, but it was all people from like one town. It's like a proto Discord VC with with cameras and screen share, kind of.
It's a fucking proto Twitch and Discord at the same time.
Yeah, and it's fucking. It was like the video. It was just the video equivalent of local radio. Is the best way to describe public access. And I don't know a lot about how the technology worked. Mo, you remember public access?
Dude,
was it fucking awesome? Was it the shit?
I fucking miss public access. It was literally the coolest thing that people could do. But because, corporations gotta be corporation-y, they just pushed this all out, and now we have this slop. And PBS used to be like the best public access channel, right?
Yeah.
But then all it is, it's just Sesame Street, some other stuff, and fundraisers. And that's all that is now. And
and
we really
agenda pushing.
Well, yeah, but besides that, it's just like fundraising nonsense. But public access channels used to be really, really great, and we really don't have them anymore. Mainly because of like corporations just wanting to hawk their crap on there, and or they got shut down because it's public access. But mostly because everyone moved onto the internet, and so we kind of lost something really cool when we got the internet becoming as big as it was. I miss watching like the Alex Jones types just go on there going, "Hey, sir, how you doing today?" Like
I imagine
Alex
growing
Jones,
up in Texas, you had like some like local like mix of like like the sort
Yeah.
of like right wing shock jock radio personas and like the wannabes of them. Did you have that stuff locally?
Oh yeah. Like, dude, I swear, I think I've seen the Alex Jones carving a pumpkin thing live accidentally. Like, I vaguely remember it, but every once in a while, like, didn't I watch that on TV once upon a time?
Was he broadcasting in Texas?
Oh
Or did he
yeah,
have-
he
He broadcasts
yeah.
everywhere. He used to.
Well, like mainly though, it was in Austin because that's where he lives.
Oh, he's from Texas.
Yeah, he's actually from here.
So you see Alex Jones as like a hometown, homegrown thing. He's for you. That's what he is.
Oh yeah, more or
So
less.
you saw him. So like people around. I assume the local people. I assume people in Texas who are like active in politics and media must have heard of Alex Jones, and like he must have had a reputation among you long before he had a national one. Like before the 9/11 is an inside job thing, right?
Well, it was mostly like, hey, it's the crazy guy on TV, but it was
Yeah.
kind of cool to check out because you would see
He's like a
that,
mix of. He was like a mix of. He's like Rush Limbaugh mixed with Chris Farley is what Alex
yeah,
Jones is. Is what I always say.
more or less. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. The other cool thing was that's how like a young Mo got involved and exposed the very first time to like the Green Party and Ralph Nader and other junk like that. It's when I like first started hearing about like Jello Biafra's spoken word and junk, because like we had like the far right and the far
That's
left
so
sort of
true.
coexisting
That just
on
like
these channels.
that like combination of things you just listed is like the realest thing I've ever heard.
Oh, definitely.
Like,
It
yeah,
was
like
so much
public
fun.
access, the Green Party, Jello Biafra's slam poetry.
Yeah,
I'm just like you're just making me come right now.
Oh,
My
okay.
brain. I'm having a brain. I'm having a braingasm right now.
Oh yeah, and then you get like the potters and stuff like that who
Yeah.
just go, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to make some like pottery over here, and you'd see this super like cheap $15 camera just filming
I
this
hate
like
to-
middle-aged chick.
I hate to cut you off, but I gotta head out. So
Bye, Warficus.
Bye,
Wait, say your name and your issue.
I'm Orphicus at True Orphicus on X. My issue was buildings. Y'all have a great night.
You too. Bye.
Your issue's gonna win,
Catch you
buddy.
later, Worf.
Yeah.
If I find
Too late.
Too late.
well, it's not too late for the
Failed.
show. If he comes
You're
back
cut
and listens
off
to it,
from
he'll hear that
talking.
Damn it.
You're banned from the podcast.
There were also like the handyman shows.
Oh
Or for
yeah, a
some
bunch
reason,
of those.
for some reason, I remember like I don't remember if I remember actually seeing this or if I just. Do you guys ever like internalize a stereotype? Not about like people, or just like internalize a stereotype about things, and you wonder, like like for example, like the kid with the lollipop and the propeller hat. It's like we don't know where that came from. We just it's like we don't know where we originally saw this. We just know that it's a thing. And I feel like one of those things for me is people making birdhouses on public access television. Is that a stereotype or is that a thing that happened? Or did I just see that once? But I feel like that's a thing, right? Like the wood shop type shit on public access.
Oh well, there was that, and then there were the comedies like I think Red Green. You would have that, and Red Green is crazy because I think that's a Canadian show, but it came
Yeah, it is.
down here to the States, and I watched the shit out of that.
But yeah,
And
I've recently discovered that, and I actually really like it. I think it's fucking
Oh, it's
great.
good.
And another cool thing about public access too was like even if it wasn't like local media that you were watching, like say you were just watching like The Simpsons or something, it was still a local broadcast. You know what I mean? Even if it was like the Fox channel or the PBS channel that was located, but they always had. If you had that in public access, that means they had a studio or at least somewhere was broadcasting specifically for your area. So like you would see a lot more of like localized stuff. Like you're tuned into Fox 6 Milwaukee, or like you're tuned into PBS Texas, or PBS Wisconsin, or PBS Florida. You know what I mean? So there's
Famously,
that. And it
Vinny
still
Vine
felt,
Sauce.
even if it wasn't like just a guy from my area talking to me on a camera, even if it was just like something else being broadcasted, it still felt like something that was specifically locally broadcast, and that is fucking awesome. In fact,
Yeah,
could I change the name of my issue? Or are we not allowed to do that? Riley. Is Riley gone?
Sorry.
Are we
I'm
allowed to
here.
change the name of our issue?
No, I'm not falling asleep. Shut up.
He is. He's high and
I
falling
am
asleep
now.
in his chair.
I'm not falling. Okay, here's the real answer that's ruder and worse. I was watching a video on Twitter, okay?
You
What did
bitch.
you ask me?
Wow.
You no
Are we allowed to
longer
change
have
the name of our
right-
issue?
Yes, obviously.
You
Okay, I
no
wanna
longer have
change
the
it
right to
to-
give us any shit for fucking playing video games and doing what the fuck ever during a podcast.
No, because I'm not doing it the whole podcast. I just happened upon it for a second.
I was looking at titties a minute ago.
I want to
before I started talking.
I wanted to change the name of my issue to the death of local broadcasting.
Local broadcast, that's fair.
Because even if it wasn't just like a guy from even if the show wasn't local, it wasn't a local show, it was a local broadcast. Anybody in your town or county area, or however big the range is, it would depend on the channel. Anyone within a specific range of miles would see the same broadcast had they tuned into the same channel, but only people within that specific geographic region. So like local appeal, and this goes beyond broadcasting. It's another thing too. Like local bands are completely fucking dead. Local bands are trying, but nobody's seeing local bands. I'm a local rapper. If I was a fucking white transgender rapper in the year 1994 and I was marketing myself as a rapper, at least a bunch of people would be like, well, I got to see this. You know what I mean?
You would have been huge.
I probably would have been crazy in the 90s if I was like a more like 90s gay and doing like, but still like trying to rap like that, you know? Like serious rap. Like, yeah, man. The only other gay rap I could find from like there's this gay rap group called Age of Consent, already off to a terrible start, from the 1980s. And they like, I listened to, I was trying to get into the history of queer rappers, because I'm a queer. I'm like, that's my thing, is if I want to do something, I want to know the history of it. And I find it very insulting when other like trans people start rapping and they don't know anything about rap music, whatever. But like all their raps are like, we're the rapping white fags and we're coming to town. It was hilarious.
We're the gay rapping group, and we're here to say we are
It's okay
actually
to
all
be
really
gay.
gay. Yeah.
No, but so like local broadcasting, right? Even local radio, like you would talk to people at work, like, oh, do you hear this station? You know what I mean? There was a political talk show in my specifically based in my city that all of the older like white liberal people, not even just white liberal, all of the older progressive people in my area, all tuned into the same talk show that was just local. So like, you know what I mean? Like, can you imagine? There's no such thing as a local broadcaster anymore. Somebody or a local artist, unless you're in like a in like a really big city that has like an established scene and it has national appeal. If your city doesn't have, all I'm trying to say is there is only national appeal now. We live in such a monoculture, and there's so much. I guess we could call it monotainment, that it's impossible to just get the attention of people around you. We're so concerned with like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I, as a rapper, I did my first concert. Like I'd performed before and like did little things at other people's concerts, but I had my first official concert. There was a Demigloom concert in my city, and I had a crowd of roughly 50 people, but I was making eye contact with 50 people and rapping my heart out about really serious things. And I was showing art, and I realized that was such a bigger return on the investment of becoming a musician and spending a fucking decade learning how to use the software and learning how to write songs, developing melodic impulse, having a portfolio of rhythm and rhyme, all of that accumulating to when I released my album, it got like no attention on the internet, and I found myself discouraged that it only got roughly like maybe 200 people's attention. But I realized when I rapped for a crowd of 50 people, I was more than satisfied. And that was a much better return on my investment than even like I'd say probably even 100,000 sales on the internet would, because that local thing, that this is a concert here, I'm surrounded by people in my town, and they came to support me, and we're having a good time. Like that doesn't exist in broadcasting. It's dead, and it's so sad.
Yeah,
I hate that I'm part of a revival scene for that, and that's not just a scene that's already there and I can navigate. You know, a lot of people like it, the undergroundification of things, and I do too. Don't get me wrong. I feel a more deep connection with somebody who's interested in analog media, right, than somebody who isn't now. But at the same time, I would be okay with a lot of this being more status quo. I would be okay if this like DIY culture got a little gentrified, and if as long as it was more widespread, so that way we could just have more genuine human connection and engage with local media. Because I'll tell
You
you,
know what would be great?
what?
Okay. What if we had like little sects, right? Just like
Yeah.
areas, just like what you're talking about, right? Public access and whatnot. But there's a way where you could just be like, you know what's going on in Milwaukee right now? And you click over there and you
Yeah.
see everybody watching it there. I know that almost it would defeat the purpose, but like if they were separated
that
like
would be
that, and you could
awesome.
see like
And
maybe there's something going on
so
locally near me. What's happening in Seattle? You know?
my solution to this is unfortunately not a public access television revival scene, but rather I think simply because what you described adding to that, right? Being able
Mhm.
to check in on like any part of the world. It doesn't really exist on YouTube, but it kind of does in the sense that it's a random selection of places all across the world. And honestly, if you can only have one or the other, YouTube's pretty fucking awesome. And I'm not gonna hear. You're not here to say that I would erase YouTube from history if it meant I could have public access television today, because YouTube has such a wide array of content and information, and it revolutionized entertainment to a point where I have a lot of respect for it. However, this is my proposition. YouTube could just have simply you could search videos by location, or like have like a little like a
You can already
segment.
filter that, can't you? Can you
Kind
not
of.
filter location?
So if you tag your country, you can like tag your country
Oh, so
basically,
people
and that's
have
it's
to
like you
like
could
put
see.
that tag in there.
So people have to put the tag in there, and usually
Oh,
it's
that
mainly for
sucks.
people. It's mainly for people who are not in America, to make, because you know if you're on like, so if you log on, sorry, if you log into YouTube in like Afghanistan, it's all like Afghanistan news and like like, you know, stuff in Arab. You know what I mean? Or sorry,
Yeah.
Arabic stuff. I said stuff in Arab. I think
Stuff in no, that what's the I forgot what the
I am,
language was that they spoke. It's not Fauci. Because
What?
that keeps popping up. It's not Fauci. Like Farsi. There we go.
I'm super sorry to cut up or interrupt and whatnot, but
Yeah,
I need to
yeah.
hop out of here and go do dad duty for the night because the child is still awake.
All right.
Kick his
Yeah,
ass.
Be a
get
good
outta
dad. Be a
here.
good dad.
Kick his ass.
Yeah, I got a bottle of fucking chloroform. I'll just go in there all fucking.
Oh
you
hell
know,
no! You
all-
need to go
Okay,
under
well,
guns
I don't feel
a-blazing.
that bad for making that
Shoot 'em.
joke about Gingy's toddler. After you make that
No, I'm still trying to like emotionally accept the fact that he is going to be 10 years old in a couple of weeks.
Hey, congratulations, man. That's
Oh,
having a 10-year-old child is more of an accomplishment than you realize.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
kept
love
that
this
thing
kid.
alive for 10 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Good job.
Right. But
You kept that
yeah,
alive
I'm
and
sorry
hopefully
I
not
couldn't.
super traumatized.
Yeah, for now. But I appreciate you guys having me on. Sorry I couldn't stay for the entire time, but my
Well,
name
thanks for
is
showing up.
You
Gingy,
guys
and
having
my
me on.
Hey, this
issue
episode
was
is
faulty new parts.
Thank you. This episode is going long because it's going well. Right?
Yeah, it's
Fuck
a
yeah.
great
It's an
episode.
all-star
Yeah.
cast, and
Am I
we've got
wrong,
good
or is
things to talk about.
is this show just way better with me in it?
Yeah, Demigloom, can you please come back? We need you.
I'll come back
Hey.
to the issue crew instead of Transfat.
Oh, that's a rough sell, Demigloom.
We will end up doing solo episodes at some point, right? Or we could force them.
Probably.
I think I did
What
night,
if we
finally
do the
everybody.
issue
overcame.
crew and we do Let's Plays like we
I finally
discussed
came.
a few days ago?
Sure.
Maybe.
Let's do it.
Yeah. There you
I'm
go.
back. I'm back for the third time, everybody.
Let's hope
For
that you
how
don't show
long?
up for one more episode and then never again, like the last time you came back.
No, this will be. I can commit to this for now.
Okay.
Have a good
All
night,
right.
everybody.
For the next week at least. Have a good night, Gingy.
Night.
All right, catch you
Nah,
later.
But yeah, so I just think
For
if
the next
YouTube,
week at least, so we actually could have it so you're on one more episode and
I'm
then
joking.
never again like last time.
I'm joking. If the commitment is monthly, I can definitely make that work.
Okay, yeah, that is the
Yeah.
minimum requirement. And
Yeah, we
even
could do
is
that,
not-
and then we could do
even
a
that's
bunch of.
not strictly enforced. Most side gaming over here has not
Dwarf.
been on in a couple months.
well, yeah, because I'm fucking tired and I have to just catch up on sleep. Sleep's important.
That's true.
That's
I'll
fair.
say I'll say it, the death of local broadcasting. You know, it's really the death of local community, right? Like the death of local
Yeah.
community caused the death of local broadcasting. But I feel like the death of local broadcasting probably had somewhat of an effect on community. I'd say whether maybe it didn't take a lot away from a community, but it took a lot of opportunities away from a community. You know how obsessed kids are with the internet. You know, like can you imagine if that obsession with the internet and like everybody wanted to be a content creator was everybody trying to put together like a film project, like trying to put together something a little more creative and then broadcast it on local television because it wasn't unfeasible. You know what I mean? Like it's not like getting on local public access. I mean, probably by virtue of the fact that not a lot of people watched it, but still, getting on public access and being on everyone's TV is just a cool thing that a lot of people could do. You know, there'd be like the super local news, like your city news that would have like an outlet on the TV. I remember one time, like everybody was like, "Oh, everybody, Uncle Scott's on TV." Let me go to the Juneau, Wisconsin channel on our fucking CRT television, and it's just like, and it's literally just a slideshow of like pictures of healthcare workers with like happy or like, you know, like emotional piano music over it as like a memorial, not a memorial, is like a commemorative thing for like all of the local healthcare workers, and it's just like a slideshow with like piano music, and it's like my uncle's on there. I'm like, that's cool that's just like on. You know what I mean? Even just the concept of things being on, while so fucking restrictive and probably not something we'd ever be able to go back to, is kind of cool. You know?
Yeah. What
Does
was
everybody
really
here remember things needing to be on to watch them? Like, oh, it's not on right now.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
SpongeBob's not
No.
on.
Yeah, no,
That was for
I
me.
remember that.
You remember this, Riley? Were you ever like that cable TV, like where there was a lot of shows you were watching on cable television that you had to wait for them to be on?
I mean, yeah, obviously. I grew up with cable. I was definitely waiting for things to be on for sure.
That concept, while extremely like restrictive and obviously not great, it did create.
Gratifying. Absolutely gratifying.
Yes,
Catching the
It
new
created-
the
it
newest
created a-
episode of a show that you're invested in.
it created a sort of like
community. I keep using the word community. It created a community around every broadcast. There was a live audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And you
you
were part
had
of
to
it at
be
home.
there. You had to be
Yeah.
there. It's not like, oh, the new episode of my show came out. Oh, I'll check it out when I have
You were
time. No,
there.
it's like you're watching it. You made time out of your day to go and sit down and watch it.
I mean, and this is going to be so funny. It's going to come off as such a LARP that this is my issue and this is what I'm talking about, and then the examples I'm going to give from my childhood because of how young I am. But I swear to you, when I was in
Okay.
second grade, my friends and I all liked the show Lego Ninjago. Okay, we had Lego Club magazine subscriptions. So on the first of every month, we would get our Lego magazines and we'd bring them to school, and we'd all have a copy of the same issue of the Lego magazine. And we'd be like, "Oh, did your magazine come in?" And like, "No, it didn't come in today." It's like, "Oh, it's supposed to come." And everybody's got like, "Oh, let me look at yours." You know what I mean? And then we would be like, "Oh, Ninjago's on. It's Saturday at 6:30 Central. Are you guys gonna
Oh,
watch
they
it?"
had
And
their
like,
own
"Yeah."
little TV guides.
Huh?
They
Oh, I'm
had
talking
their
about
own
like
little
just the
TV
Lego
guides in them?
magazine, which had like news about. Sometimes the Lego magazine would like have like reveal things about Ninjago.
Yeah, but you're saying like it would tell you when it was going to be on and stuff, right?
Oh no, I just meant we would discuss it.
Oh, okay,
Like
never
we would
mind.
just know. Or like
I
the show will be
remember.
like, we'd get a magazine. Sorry to interrupt. I'll just say this thing quick. We would
No, it's
literally I remember we got a magazine of Lego Club, and it was like the cover was like the Green Ninja, and it was like a secret identity thing in Ninjago. So it was like, who is the Green Ninja? And we knew the Green Ninja episode was going to come out that weekend. So we're like all talking about it's Friday. You know what I mean? We're playing with Legos at school. We're looking at the Lego magazine and like, guys, they're going to reveal the Green Ninja on Saturday. You guys better watch it. And then you come back and somebody didn't watch it, or or telling lies and like discussing rumors and leaks and shit. Like it was awesome.
I was pissed that none of the main ninjas ended up being the Green Ninja, because that was
Well,
like the
spoiler
marketing.
alert! Jesus Christ.
Sorry. Oh no, I'm spoiling a show that came
Well,
out 15 years ago.
They also said
But
like there was also a bit of a like, oh, it could be Nia, Kai's sister, or it
that's
could be
true.
Lloyd. You
But
know what I mean?
I remember the marketing was all like the big marketing was always like, which one will be the Green Ninja? And then the answer was none of them, and it was like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
they would literally have like, it would be like, will it be Kai, Zane, Cole, or Jay? Cast your vote for which one of these four ninjas is the Green
will be
Ninja.
the Green Ninja, and then it was
will
none of
be
them.
one of them, 100%, beyond a shadow of a doubt. It will be them, one of them. So cast your vote now. And they're like,
But
just kidding, it's Lloyd.
but it was Lloyd the whole time. But just real quick on the subject of waiting for things to be on, there's another thing that I thought of that's an
Well,
expansion.
now I have a
on that.
girlfriend, so.
I remember.
Oh, you're talking about my wife.
I remember the marathons used to be so cool, right?
Yes.
Because you had to wait for your
Yeah.
favorite show to come on, and only 1 or 2 episodes would come on, and then another show would come on. But every once in a while, the show you liked would have a marathon, and that
Or
was
show
the
you
only
didn't like would have a
time.
marathon.
Yeah, and
That was worse.
that was a bad thing, but that was the only time you could do what the masses now know as binge watching, unless you had the show on DVD.
Yeah.
And now that it's so easy to binge watch things because of streaming services, the concept of marathons is completely ruined. Marathons used to be so awesome. I would be so happy to sit there and watch the same show for 5 hours. But now that I have every TV show to ever exist on the planet, the easily accessible, it's like that doesn't hold as much novelty anymore, because I can do it whenever I want, and I don't even care to do it anymore because I have so many choices that I can't just sit on something for so long. Whereas like back in the day, it was you watched whatever was on. So when your favorite show was on for like 6 hours straight, it was like, fuck yeah, dude, let's go.
The really cool thing was when you'd start getting knowledge of the TV schedules, and sometimes if it was like say South Park, there would be a time where you can watch 3 hours of South Park on TV because one would have a block for an hour, and then another one would have a block for an hour, then the other one would have a block for an hour, kind of around that same time. And Demi, I'll tell you, a big game changer was fucking TiVo. When TiVo showed up, it
I know it
fucked
as
up the whole
DVR.
thing.
I know
DVR,
it as
yeah, it turned
DVR,
into
yeah.
DVR, but it
But
used
yeah,
to
I
be
know what
TiVo.
TiVo is.
Yeah, but even going back a little bit further to your underground stuff, the coolest thing that we lost because the internet got popular was it used to be you would make zines, like
Oh yeah.
homemade fucking zines, and you would have a mailing list where you'd go to fucking Kinko's or something, right? And you would just mass produce and mass print your stuff, and you would just have a mailer, and you would make any money out of it, but you would promote your local scene to people in like the local area. This is especially effective in places like, say, Dallas or Houston, or like
Portland,
oh,
Oregon.
Portland, Oregon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cities like that, big cities, right?
Yeah.
And it was promoting was really awesome. Stickering and flyering,
Yeah.
flying
That's what
and
I'm trying to
stuff. Man,
do. That's what me and my friends are trying to do with our music. We're trying to
it's
like just get
still
stickers and flyers out
yeah,
everywhere.
it
But people don't
still
look at them.
exists, but people don't really look at it, because where it used to be like you would have a bunch of bands, bars, and politics, now it's all
Yeah.
like extremist politics, real sussy fucking QR
Gay hookups.
codes, like
AI
like
shit.
yeah,
Somebody promoting a
OnlyFans
shitty
stuff.
band that
Yeah,
only
yeah,
exists as AI.
yeah, and that's a fucking bummer, and that was destroyed because of the unstoppable march of progress.
Yeah.
Progress really does just ruin all the cool stuff, right?
Well,
Fuck
like we just
progress.
seem to lose stuff for no reason. Like I miss mixing and burning a fucking mix CD. I miss being able to get into my buddy's car and we'll just like pop in a record or something. And now we
Are
can't
you that
we don't
old?
really
You remember cars with vinyl record players?
Sorry, I mean
That was never
album,
a
my
thing.
bad.
Oh.
Album, my bad.
Oh, you're not old enough to remember vinyl records and cars, but you are old enough to call any album a record.
Well, yeah.
I fuck with that. It's like some hip hop shit.
Mhm.
You know, man, when we drop that record and they're like talking about a single.
It's project now is the
Yeah, project
newfangled
is the-
term.
Well, because project encapsulates album, mixtape, you know. A lot of people are like, I don't know, is this an album? Is this a mixtape? Is this an EP? Is it long enough to be an album? I don't
It's
know,
a
it's a project.
demo.
I miss when, like, way back in the late 80s, early 90s, and I was just a kid when this was happening, but I would see it everywhere. Like when people would be on TV, they would talk about like, "Hey man, can I get let me get your record, I'll play it on the air," and they would literally hand them a freaking record. They would have like tapes and stuff like that, but like honestly, there was something really really cool about getting a record, like an actual vinyl record, over like a tape or a CD at that time. Even though like records were more or less like totally phased out, people were still like clinging on to their like turntables and shit. It was really nice. It was much bigger in the hip hop scene. Demi, I know you'll love that.
Yeah.
But not so much in like the metal. Now the punk community had no real choice but to cling on to records, because
Yeah.
like CDs and tapes and stuff, they were like way too expensive. And DIY, punk on on a vinyl album, there's just something cooler about it anyway.
Who was it that got
it-
famously
the
got
sound-
into
Sounds it's vinyl records. A huge argument about
8-track.
whether vinyl works or whether vinyl sounds better.
8-track?
Oh, 8-track?
8-track for a very warm sound. I
They
like
sound
the
good.
sound of an
They
8-track.
sound good, but they're so hard to produce for. They're so hard to put things on.
I actually have 8-track blanks, and I've been thinking about it.
Seriously?
Yeah, I do. I don't know how to
Dude.
record for it though.
If you ever
But I
figure out how
have
to
a
record
thing-
for it,
I
I
have
have
a
some
player that
missions for
will
you. I'll
record.
pay you. If you have a way to record, if you figure out how to put like any audio on there, I will pay you for some shit.
No shit. So
Yeah.
you want me to just take your file, play it directly into the 8-track player, and send it back?
And like mail me the 8-track.
Okay. Yeah.
'Cause that
all
would-
right.
because, like- 'cause what I
I'll
do-
let you know how that goes. But
A lot of the music I do is like through like a lot of it's like through like sampling and sound manipulation and getting very specific. And it's all I try to have like a really vintage, like an authentically vintage sound to it. A lot of the times, like I didn't have a player that I could burn anything I wanted to on a cassette tape, but my player I couldn't like record. I couldn't like digitize the cassette tape sound. So but I could do that with VHS, and I realized it had even different. It had like a different way of manipulating the sound. So like some of my songs, I would literally have like samples and clips of sound in it that were like recorded directly from a VCR, and I just want to like basically analog max in my music sound because it is. And when people argue about the difference between the sound of like people will always say like the best way to listen to music is on vinyl, and people are like that's stupid. Digital is just better. Um, the vinyl creates a very warm sound that sort of hugs all of the different instruments and like sounds together. It's called compression. You know what I mean? It compresses them, and but it also like boosts like the high to make up for the sort of higher frequencies to make up for the compression. It creates a very specific effect and sound. And when music was made with that effect and sound in mind, it worked really well, and he glued the sounds together. And even if you listen to like a really modern album, the compression and even the little hissing that comes from the player, like all of it sounds really fucking cool. But I will say ultimately, if you want a really vintage sound, vinyl, like there are like sonic qualities of the vintage sound that aren't just nostalgic, that are like actually enhance the experience of listening to music, particularly vintage music that was recorded for the technology. Like it is awesome. Even cassette tapes. Like if you listen to a lot of really old rap music, or like particularly rap and punk, a lot of like DIY rap and punk music from like the 90s, uh even the 80s, but like particularly the 90s, they were recorded. The technology they were recording the music on literally used cassette tapes. Like they were dubbing a cassette tape of their vocals on a cassette tape of the beat, you know what I mean, using the different sides of the tape. Like that's how the technology works. So it was made for tape. Everything was tuned and adjusted to being on a cassette tape and played on a cassette tape. And they were literally hearing the recordings of their music through a cassette tape the whole time. So when you listen to it on a cassette tape, it feels like a more it feels like a more
genuine
intimate
experience.
A more intimate experience with the album, because you're hearing the album exactly as it was heard by. And remasters are great too, because a lot of the remasters can a lot of album remasters, especially that use the original separated tracks, they recreate how it sounded in the studio before they had to compromise it for vinyl. So that's a cool thing too. But also hearing the intimate experience of vinyl in particular, I would say cassette tapes feel a little more intimate in terms when it comes to DIY music. It's just it's unbeatable in terms of that, some specific music. It's unbeatable to hear it in a physical form.
All right.
And
Demi, are you familiar with the band Heart?
Heart, no.
Really?
Who's Heart?
Have you
Oh
ever
God,
heard
Black Bread and
Crazy
Demigloom
on
are gonna
You?
talk about obscure music. Every episode's
That's
gonna
not
be 5
obscure
hours.
music.
Oh no.
Heart is not obscure music. You've never heard Magic Man or Crazy on You?
I'm gonna listen to it for a
What?
second.
You've definitely heard these songs. They were huge hits.
Okay, chat, play. If listeners, play Magic Man when I say go in your other tab, so you can get my same. So you can see what I'm reacting to. Okay, I'm playing it right now. I hear it, and I like that.
Yeah.
I've heard this before. I have.
Oh yeah, very very good song. But Mo, you've heard you know who Heart is.
Oh yeah, I know all about them.
Yeah, of course. Fucking great 2 first albums. I don't give a shit about the rest of their catalog because they just went really really soft.
Well, they went
This
full
is dope.
80s. That's what they did.
Yeah, and then they fell off the map.
Music too, one of the coolest things in music is seeing as the decades transition. Like I like listening to 1979 underground music to see like the 80s qualities like sort of like budding in it. You know what I mean? Or
Oh
even
yeah,
like
you can get that from
1981.
the demos from Oingo Boingo.
Yeah. Most people, they think of it as like, okay, this is 80s music, this is 90s music, but like really listening to just listening to a couple songs from each year of those decades will also show you how it evolved over time, and it's so cool.
Yeah, the new wave sound.
The people who like and it's interesting, like the 70s bands that made it into the 80s and became 80s bands, that's the coolest shit to look into. Or even I remember there's a video essay, I didn't watch it, it was in my recommended, and it was called 50s musicians who failed to assimilate into the psychedelic 60s, or who tried to assimilate. And I'm like, that's an interesting concept. I wonder what like late 50s artists, or sorry, like 50s stars sounded like in the 60s, because I can't name a whole lot. Like, like an assimilation, because I'm pretty intimately familiar with the assimilation into the 80s and the assimilation into the 90s. You know what I mean? From all
Imagine
stars of the
that. It's
previous
like,
decade.
imagine that, like, you didn't even have to go psychedelic. Heavy metal was, secretly happening in the fucking early
Yeah.
60s. A Coven, people don't talk about Coven, but that's Jinx Dawson was the first person to do the fucking devil horns.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coven may have fucking started. They were like a real fucking satanic band too. It was fucking
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, they were the original heavy metal band, and Black Sabbath around the same time as well.
I am a firm believer. I mean, this is pretty much widely accepted, but I'm a firm believer that heavy metal came less from rock and more from the blues. Like, if
You
you
think
listen,
so?
I think if you listen to some like almost ancient blues recordings from like the 40s and 50s, you will hear like that was the first truly like true metal guitar distortion. And the lead guitar they would play, it was very clearly like a bum 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 bum, like kind of like really bluesy, jazzy rhythm to it, but like purely from a melodic perspective, the guitar shredding and like the yelling vocals. It would, of course, would be like a very old black blues / jazzy type of guy. So it was always like a, like that Louis Armstrong sort of smokiness to the voice. But it like
Yeah,
you see
and
like
the
the
fucking
vocals getting
screaming
lower
came
and lower,
from that
and the
too.
screaming, the wailing guitars and the screaming. Like the blues was the first music for guys to just be like, yeah, like just screaming. And to
So
hear like the
basically, what
super
you're
distorted
saying
guitar
is
tones,
black people indirectly created heavy metal.
I would say less than indirectly. I would say heavy metal, not as a culture, not as a phenomenon, but as purely as a sound, came
As
directly.
inspiration, at least.
I would say the sound of heavy metal was existed. I would say things you could define the genre and spirit of heavy metal, not necessarily as we know it, but like in a very proto phase, directly and exclusively within black communities. I'll say that. That's
Yeah,
not
that
to say
sounds about
that. That's
right
not
to
to
me.
say that like white bands, like bands from Europe, like Black Sabbath, or even the Beatles, like didn't take metal and turn it into what we know it as today, and like define it as its own genre and not just a thing that happens in blues sessions. But like metal happened in blues sessions is all I'm gonna say. Like like you're in the studio, you're recording different music, and metal starts playing. It's such a distinct vibe. It's like metal is happening right now. You know what I mean? Like that happened in blues sessions, 100%. And I'm a firm believer in that. And that's not to say that like metal as we know it, or like metal as a defined genre, didn't come from Europe, because I believe it did come from Europe mostly. But like I will say that energy directly comes from blues. I think most music scholars with a concentrated interest in like the history of metal would agree with me. But metal is fucking awesome, man. I feel like I wish I could be a metal musician, but like I can't play instruments, the hand coordination, it just doesn't work for me. But I love
have
metal.
you like genuinely tried?
Yeah, I tried getting guitar lessons from a few different people, and it just couldn't work. But
Start with the bass.
I'm start with the bass.
Start with the bass, yep. Because then you're actually going to develop finger strength, and you might learn to like play fast enough
I
that
would
like
also
all
love to
you'll
just
have
know
to
how to play the
develop is
bass too.
dexterity on the guitar, right? Finer tune your dexterity when you start playing guitar.
So what you're saying is playing bass is like playing controller, and then guitar is like keyboard and mouse.
Well, depending on your point of view, I mean,
I don't know.
I've played
I genuinely don't know.
bass. I've been playing bass since I was like 17.
I would love to know
Oh
how to play
shit!
the bass, because I
You
love
play
the
bass
bass
too?
even separately.
Yeah.
Nice.
How many bass players have been on this podcast? There's you two and Jason play the bass.
Welcome to the Bass Player Podcast, everybody.
Who's
Welcome
the
to
best one
bass,
though?
BASSD.
If you told me to play another song, like a song that already exists, I wouldn't be able to just do it. Like I
But
had
can
to
you like
practice
improvise?
everything I can play very, very much before I could like reliably do it.
What if I just like laid down a drum beat and I was like, "Yo, play me something in C minor."
Oh, I don't even know what that means. So
You don't
I
know
know
what
what a
key
minor
is?
key is, but I don't know. You ask me what C is, and I don't know what it is.
You don't know the note C?
Nope.
You don't know how it's like A B C D E F G and then it starts over A B C D E F G A B C each octave.
He
there's
is
12
a
notes in an
note
octave.
C.
I know.
I'm
well, yeah,
sorry.
I know that much.
So you know what like a different keys are, right? And then there's
Yeah.
in different keys
Suppose.
have different home notes. So like if the home note is F, it's F, and then you can do it in major, minor, pentatonic.
Nope.
I want to say I am also like a big like you don't need theory proponent in music. And I'm genuinely impressed that you're able to competently play an instrument without knowing that. That's not an insult. It's not like a backhanded compliment. Like I mean that.
Oh,
Like that's awesome.
I just find the notes.
Yeah. I mean that's what I like in
I
middle school.
literally
I was
play
in.
by ear so hard.
I played
It's
by ear.
insane.
I can play the viola a little bit by ear, or the piano. I can play one hand piano. The thing is the two hands. My two hands always want to do the same thing. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. So you just got to train it out of you. So it's
Yeah.
a long time ago. I used to eat with my right hand, and
We gotta let
then
Mo do his issue soon. By the way.
oh right, this
Yeah.
will be quick. This will be
Sorry.
really quick.
Sorry, Mo.
So a long time ago, I used to eat with my right hand, and the man that my mother was with at the time, long story, don't worry about it. I just casually brought up, did you know that people used to eat with their left hands because it was considered proper that way? They used to use silverware with their left hands, and then I thought about that, and I'm like, maybe I could start eating with my left hand, and I did, and I do to this day.
That's really cool. I will
Yeah,
say I know people who like my mother was born ambidextrous, and like even her being born in the late 80s, like her family had like a stigma around being left-handed or ambidextrous.
that's a
So they
weird
literally
thing to
force
have a
her.
stigma against.
It's very weird. But there is weird historical precedent for like across for like micro periods all across history of like genuine prejudice against left-handed or ambidextrous people.
Yeah,
And
it's
so
so
I guess some
weird.
people had I guess my mom's parents or her family or whoever beat it out of her had a stigma specifically against ambidextrous people. Like they weren't necessarily against left-handed people, but they're like ambidextrous, you got to pick a side. And I'm like, that's the same thing people say about bisexual people, verbatim. Like, what is this shit? Like, yeah, it's okay to have sex with men, it's okay to have sex with women, but it's not okay to have sex with both. I guess the same philosophy. Like, what is this guiding philosophy? What is this guiding moral principle that leads people to feel with anything that one thing is okay, another thing is okay, but both of them are not okay? It definitely comes from religion. It's definitely an ethic imposed into the collective
I
conscience
gotta
of
see
humanity
like
through religion.
I gotta
Why do I
see
sound
the
smart on this
passage.
episode, by the way?
I gotta see the passage that says that. Like, where the fuck in the Bible does it say you can't be left-handed?
Riley, don't I sound like smarter than normal today? Like on this episode?
You are in like intellectual mode. This is what we're
I haven't
having
been
like
an
a very
intellectual for so long though on the
we're
air,
having a
right?
classic issue crew right now. Like this is like early like pre-issue crew where we're just having like an intellectual discussion.
You
It's
just
like an
sound
intellectual
caffeinated,
discussion
really.
among retards.
Exactly.
But those are the best. Those are the best discussions. Just dumb people who don't know shit about anything but one thing, and they're talking about it, and they know. They know and they're right. They're not right about anything else, but we're right about this, and we're sharing it. You know? Like, isn't that what this podcast is supposed to be? Or like this whole friend group? Isn't that the purpose of it?
That is what we strive for. Yes.
If I'm capable of
I
bringing
wish it
things
was a
more in
visual
that
show
direction,
sometimes.
if I'm capable of bringing things back into that direction, I'm happy to be back. Is all I can say. Like if we can do that, like if that can be the vibe, like that, I love this shit.
We kind of just do what you want to do, really.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do. Be what you want to be.
Do what you
What
gotta do.
You
And
just
break
sound
her
caffeinated
heart.
though to me. It just sounds like you had an energy drink, you had a coffee, so you're just on top of it.
Yeah, dude, I've been
I have a
dying for a
nicotine patch
fucking
in.
coffee.
That's
I've been
probably it.
dying. I've been dying for a coffee since I got onto here. I'm like, I'll just make it in about an hour, and that was like 2.5 hours
You
ago.
can do your issue,
It's
Bo. You can do
fucking
your
dead
issue.
now,
Is your issue that you need coffee?
You
Yeah,
know
what is your
what?
issue, actually?
I actually had a long meandering issue, But you know what? I'll just get one easier. I'll just do an easier, shorter one.
I think
Okay.
we all understand.
Okay. My issue is just too many tabs open in your browser, or just too many tabs. All right. I have a whole ass queue of stuff that I'm watching, rewatching, and are super into. Because like here's I'll give you an example here. You got your typical like standalone YouTube tab open where I could just look up whatever I want. Then it's I speaking of base stuff, I got like 3 base tabs open, and I'm just like, because I'm trying to learn a technique that I've never gotten like really down very well. Because I get it, I'm just not super duper into it, but it's slap bass is so
Yeah.
of course like
Oh, sick.
of course I'm watching fucking Victor Wooten because I can slap bass a little bit, but I ain't that good, and I ain't got
Slap that bitch.
I ain't really got the proper techniques, I should say. So uh being proficient in like metal and metal and punk bass playing, kind of more metal than punk, because punk you'll find a few really good bassists in metal, but the vast majority of the most awesome basses, besides being in like rhythm and blues and shit like that, they're mostly all in punk.
Oh yeah, there's a much higher standard for like bass in punk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guitar is always the focus of metal. Like this is like metal is guitar music. You know what I mean?
It's the roo and the guitar.
Yeah. And
Uh,
the drumming too. Metal drumming is very unique and
Oh
awesome.
yeah. Like
distinct.
it's fucking sick. Now bass is a little bit more prominent, I guess, if I were to use the rock genre as a whole. When it comes to like rock music, like Van Halen versus like Metallica,
Yeah.
you'll hear the bass a lot more, say, in Van Halen and rock music, because that's where you get. That's when you get like Geddy Lee. That's how you get fucking the bassist even for Van Halen can shred a couple of licks, man, and I'm really super duper into that.
I like
Then you got
how
Les Claypool and stuff. You got Primus.
right. I will say, the last thing I'll say about this is on the note of metal is like the one thing I absolutely love about metal is there's the genius formula of having the guitar. You know, there's always 2 guitarists in metal. That's not
Yeah.
in metal. It's non-negotiable. In other rock bands, it's like, are you a 1 guitar or a 2 guitar band? Metal, you have to be a 2 guitar band unless you're Pantera.
True,
because
Pantera
somehow
is a
they
one
pulled it
guitar
off.
band.
I was
Well,
gonna say,
shit,
I was
not
gonna
anymore.
say,
They're a 0 guitar
unless
band
you're
now.
unless you're Pantera or Black Label Society, unless you have Zach Wild or fucking Dimebag Darrell, unless you have one of those 2, you are a 2 guitar band or you're not metal.
Fatal Opera, also a 1 guitar band.
Really?
And I
Okay.
love hearing a guitar solo over just the bass line. It's fucking
Yeah.
cool.
But like with metal, how the thing with metal is the guitar dictates everything melodically. So generally speaking, unless we're talking like high pitched, like power metal or hair metal, usually the vocals are really low pitched. So the thing is, the drums, the vocals, and the bass are all in harmony with each other, and then you have the fucking guitar, the hundreds, not hundreds, but the layers of guitar tones acting as a fucking angel's choir above all of it. Whereas with punk rock, it's more of everything is in harmony with the general rhythm and melodic idea. So there's a lot more room for the bass to shine.
Oh, I just posted a really good example of what I was just talking about in the recording chat. Demigloom, you should check
Fatal
out that
Opera.
song.
I'll
It's an
keep that.
obscure band, but worthwhile.
I love obscure bands. Obscure is better.
Yeah. Gar Samuelson, formerly Megadeth, had his own band in the late 90s before he died. In fact,
Fatal
he
Opera?
was Fatal Opera. Yeah, that was the
And
band.
he was was he like guitarist in Megadeth or
He was the drummer.
the drummer? Okay.
Yeah, it was their first classic lineup, which is a weird
Was
thing
Dave-
to say because they had so many fucking people in and out of that band.
Dave Mustaine was a rhythm guitarist for Megadeth, right?
Rhythm guitarist and
Or
vocalist,
lead.
and the
Rhythm
only
guitarist and vocalist.
remaining member.
But he also did lead guitar.
Like when he would do like the solo,
he would
do
still do
solos
he would
with
still do solos. Yeah,
yeah, but he was
I like a good
like
Dave
the
solo,
rhythm
but
guitarist of
everybody else
Reckless.
is yeah.
Anyways, metal. Check it out. This episode is brought to
Yeah,
you by
good
metal.
genre.
This episode is brought to you by the metal genre.
Check it out.
Yeah,
Half of us are
Right,
Nazis and half of us are far left now. Check us
Hell
out.
yeah. All right, we done? Did we do it?
No, Mo had more.
Oh.
Unless you,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I barely like started
Yeah,
actually.
we-
we
that
got we
was
I
like-
got
didn't,
I
you
started
see
talking
the conversation about music went on for like 35 minutes, and I forgot how far Mo had ended up in his issue.
Yeah, I barely started. Yeah, so all right, so yeah, checking out slap bass shit. Now I have over here, for no reason or another, new scientific discoveries you might have missed because I absolutely am like completely I am addicted to like top 10 tier lists and shit, or like top 10 things you may have never heard of, like because like the normie core bit of YouTube has got its fucking fangs just sunk deep into my freaking soul, and I can't escape it because I'm all here. I'm so here for the freaking tier lists. You know, one of my favorite things is right now there's a guy on YouTube doing Star Wars stuff tier list, but as Palpatine, and he's like Obi-Wan Kenobi F tier, and it's just all like people who's like defeated him and how he's so salty as shit over like the defeats, like blue lightsabers F
That's funny.
tier. You
I
know,
like
like
that.
it's just it's enjoyable. So I love stuff like that, and now like I've gotten back into Mudahar again, and I really like Mudahar. I mean, he's kind of a fraud. He's not beating those allegations, but
How is he a fraud?
you know,
Because
well,
of the
he had
degree
some.
thing? He did.
Well,
They,
it was the degree thing, and I think it was a few. I don't recall because it was like last year shit, right?
he beat the degree allegations because where he's
I thought he
because he had
didn't.
experience working as an engineer. If you had
I
experience
think
working as an engineer, you were an engineer, whether you had a degree or not. If you got that job and you were doing that, you were in that field.
all right. It might have
I
been
didn't hear about this.
okay. I don't quite remember the other stuff he got. I guess maybe he's beaten everything. It was when everyone was tearing pirate software apart. And I think he kind of got like accidentally like lumped into there because he's hey, I'm a coder and I've done this and this and this industry sort of YouTuber. But I do like Mudahar a lot more. I think it's because it might have been because of the Nuxtaku stuff. And I
Yeah.
think he got into that because he was real wishy-washy about like, okay, are you going to back your guy or are you going to disavow him? And he kept going back and forth on it. So maybe
Some of the
maybe he
Nuxtaku
kind of
shit was
got that.
bullshit. Some of the things that people were mad at Nuxtaku about were bullshit. But
There was a lot of shit, so I don't remember.
But then
all of
eventually,
it.
yeah. So like some people were saying like Nuxtaku is a pedophile, and I guess if there's evidence out there to suggest that, then please present it to me, and I will correct my statement. But all of the evidence I saw was just stupid, like really dumb arguments. Like he was reacting to Hell of a Boss, the show. I believe it was Hazbin Hotel or Hell of a Boss, and he makes a comment. He's like one of the characters. He's like shit talking the show. He's like making fun. He's doing like I'm watching the bad show thing, and he was like, oh, so now they're gonna give this guy some kind of lolly daughter, and he was making some kind of like comment about like the intention of the show rather than him saying that he calls. And then people are saying like he's referring to little girls as lollies. He's an actual pedophile, and I was like, I feel like there's a bit more context to that. But now he's doing all this far right grifting shit, talking about how amazing Israel is.
He's gotten like super duper crazy with the far right stuff, and
well, and people, I think Mudahar is Muslim too. Mudahar is an Indian Muslim.
Yeah,
people don't know that
yeah.
about them. I think people expected Mudahar to be a Zionist just because he's Indian, but he's literally fucking Muslim.
Don't the Indians hate Israel too?
No, India loves Israel.
Oh, okay.
India's like a safe haven for Jewish people. Jewish people are really established there, and their political establishment is tied to Israel. So they want to work with Israel. They want to defend Israel as like, like I guess like I think people do conflate the like, because Pakistan is like it merges the Middle East and South Asia. So I think people assume South Asia is a lot more Middle East like and Muslim than it is. I'm not saying you're assuming that, but yeah, like India does not have a great relationship with the. Correct me if I'm wrong, any viewers, but to my understanding, Israel. Sorry, within the Middle East context, India has a much better relationship with like Israel than any Muslim nation.
Oh, okay.
And
Well,
same thing goes
they're
for like the
also not
contemporary
all.
politics of their
Well,
population.
they're also not all Muslim. The other religion, Hindu.
There's Hinduism, Buddhism, and Islam. I think are the biggest
Yeah.
religions in India.
Okay.
So right now, to my understanding, I don't know anything about a lot of foreign politics. Like I'm critically lacking in knowledge of foreign politics, but my understanding is that currently the administration in India is really like far right and traditionalist about Hinduism, and there's a lot of persecution of Buddhists, Hindus, and Buddhists and Muslims and people of any religion other than Hinduism. They're kind of having what America had with Christianity a while ago with Hinduism.
Oh, okay.
I'd say we still have that with Christianity now, but like I don't think anyone genuinely believes the Trump administration is like a super Christian,
There's Pink walking in the room going, "You guys are still doing the podcast? What the hell is going on?"
Yeah, and
You did accuse it of being
I'll go
good good content.
All right, I'll go ahead and just wrap up here. And of course, because like I'm learning to code and I've been doing that for like a couple of months now. Like I started last year, I was on it for a week and I'm like, okay, I'll go ahead and get back on it. And then like 2 months ago, I picked it back up again because I was just like, oh, I'm in a creative funk. And then I started writing for my comic book I want to make, which might turn
That's awesome.
into yeah. I actually Demi, do you draw at all?
No, I don't draw, but I know a lot of
Fuck.
people who do. If you need people who do,
I actually like because they wouldn't work for free, but maybe I'll toss some 50
But maybe
bucks
you
every
will.
like but maybe you'll like get tossed like 50 bucks like every couple of weeks. And well like we'll just
I'll say
'cause
right now
really I need
with commission artists and how little job security there is for people with art degrees, the commission rates for like small artists are pretty high. You'd probably have to pay like maybe I'd say standardly. I could probably hook you up with someone for a bit cheaper, but still pretty expensive. You'd probably have to pay like $100 per page if you wanted like full
Oh,
color, like
well,
high
like
quality, like comic visuals.
oh, okay,
At
okay.
least.
That's actually like not bad at all.
Yeah, and you could
Because really,
pay like commission a couple artists like to kind of audition or like try out, be like, okay, like I'm trying to find an artist, like can you give me a rendition of like this cover I wanted, and I'll see which art style I like the most. But there is a big financial investment in that, unless you can find, obviously, which is extremely hard. I've been trying to find it for a long time. Just like somebody who's down to like, like do like basically operate in the currency of creative favors. Like I had people before who
yeah.
like I'll be like, yo, you give me a couple rap verses for tracks and I'll give you some beats. Or like you give me some cover, like, oh, you draw, I'll do a musical favor for you if you can draw me this. Something like that.
Yeah, because because I want the people that I would be working on with this is like this is super duper amateur hour. I'm not trying to be an ISOM. I'm not even trying to be a super killer or super killers or anything like
Glad you
that.
named
Like
it pretty
there's
specific.
yeah, there's what?
I
Well,
just
like
said I'm glad you said those two specifically.
oh, okay. Oh, well, like like because like I don't like where the online comic discourse is going at all. Like when I release my shit, it's probably just going to be $5. Like $5 gets you a digital issue. When we get a little bit better and a little bit bigger, and we can afford it, then we'll do full on pages, like real issues. And those
Okay.
will be like maybe $10 because you can't fucking sell a physical comic as an indie artist for anything less than 10. But this
Yeah.
absurdity of this bullshit where the market's deciding this price of $35 fucking dollars for an issue. Like, dude, get the fuck out of here with that. Like, comics, the reason why they're so important is because they're a super duper cheap entertainment alternative. You can
Yeah.
go get yourself, you can go to the comic book store and find a bajillion fucking comics for a fucking dollar.
I'll
Or
always say
even,
this.
you go ahead.
Sorry. Whether it's whether it's fucking retro games, video games, movies, or even music or comic books or whatever, and it comes to, I'm pro collector's culture. I'm pro it in every way. But I will say I don't like that pieces of art are being treated, even like toys, like with anything, pieces of media are being treated like stocks more than art.
Yeah, that's fucking cringe and fucking lame as shit, man.
Like your
I can't
collection is
fucking
dictated by
stand
how
that.
much money it's worth and how much it's going to be worth someday, and that's kind of antithetical, in my opinion, to true collector's culture, where it's just like I want to have like not a portfolio. Let's just say like an ombre of things that I love in my physical possession.
You lost.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm not reading books to flex. I'm reading books, man. I'm reading books that I fucking love. Like I'm not gonna have like the top 10 of all time, like right here and now. Like
Yeah.
it's just probably going to be the stuff that I grew up reading and watching, and stuff I've never gotten to read. Like I've never gotten to read The Catcher in the Rye, in the Rye, Catcher in the Rye. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
The official title of it. I've never read
Wait,
it,
hold the
but
fuck on. Speaking of
it's
Catcher
been
in
one
the
of the
Rye, Mo, you know John Lennon was shot in 1980, and you were born in 1980. Welcome back, John Lennon.
Oh, you shut your fucking
Whoa.
whole mouth. You shut your whore mouth. Ugh,
Also, I'm
God.
glad
That is what John
Blackbread-
Lennon would say.
I'm also, I'm glad Blackbread just interrupted the podcast, because I've been looking for the right place to interrupt the podcast about Blackbread. So perfect. Thank you for creating the opening for me. I've got a bonus issue for you, and it's people who don't mute
I'm not
themselves
even
when
done.
they talk. I
Oh,
know. Shut
sorry.
up.
Sorry.
It's so late in the show.
People who
Nobody's
don't-
listening this
People
far.
who don't mute themselves when they talk to people in the background in real life when they're in Discord calls, especially when those Discord calls are podcasts.
I will
Jesus
say that's-
fucking Christ.
I will say I agree entirely with that issue, but at the end of the title, could you add "unless it's really funny"? Because sometimes when my mom was screaming at me, I would leave the mic on because I knew it would be hilarious for my mom screaming at me to get on the podcast. Right?
Yes.
Versus if it's just like in the middle of a podcast and then you hear somebody be like, "Yeah, hey babe. No, can I get fries too?" "Yeah. No, I'm doing a podcast right now. Hold on. Oh shit, they can hear me. Hold on." You don't want that shit. That's an insult. That's spitting in the face of whoever cares about the podcast the most, which is always Riley.
Yeah,
Yes,
but,
it's a
I
slight
wasn't
against me
ordering food.
specifically.
Come on, that was a good bit. I deserved at least a little bit of a laugh for that.
I've been fucking plinking around on my bass for like a while actually during this.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm glad we're going over all the distractions that we're having to like not pay attention to the podcast during the
Well, I've been
podcast.
jerking off the whole time and making a beat.
Wait, were you making a beat with it though?
Yeah, I was beating my meat and making a beat out of it.
Yeah. Beating my
It's
beat,
beat
my
meat.
meat and making a beat.
Bada
Beat and
beat,
beat.
bada beat. Do you remember that Vine? It was like the SpongeBob. He was like, "Bada beat my meat." Brr, boo, boo.
I feel like
I'll see
I've
myself
heard that.
out.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah,
Riley knows what I'm
that's
talking
pretty
about.
much that's pretty much my issue right there. It's just too many damn tabs.
See, I talked so much about metal because I thought you were talking about guitar tabs for a minute.
Oh,
I'm joking.
But there's probably guitar tabs. And probably some of the tabs he has open are guitar tabs, right?
Bass guitar tabs, right? Does bass have
Yeah.
a version of tabs? Is there a version of tabs for bass?
oh yeah. Essentially
bass
the same
tabs?
thing. Yeah, just bass tabs.
Do they have tabs for like every string? Are there like shamisen tabs?
Oh well, I
I
imagine
think
there's
you'd be
tabs
hard
for
pressed to
everything.
find them, but I'm sure they exist.
I love shamisen players on the internet. They're just like, yeah, I play an instrument that nobody really needs, but sounds fucking awesome, and I'm gonna
You know what? You know what this instrument sounds like? Fucking made up Demigloom. I don't believe that this is a real
shamisen.
instrument.
Oh,
No,
it's like
fake
it's the
instrument.
Japanese. No, it's just the Japanese guitar that's like ding 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 ding.
Nah.
Look it up. Look
Nah.
it up. Shamisen. Look it up right now. Shamisen.
I don't need to look up your fake instrument, okay?
It's real. I'll put a link. I'll put a link in
You know
recording
what a
chat.
shamisen is, and you're trying a joke that's bombing terribly.
It's
This is
funny to me.
shamisen.
And from where I'm sitting, that's all that matters.
It's fair. It's
I
fair.
believe you, Demigloom.
I'm sad to hear. I'm sad to hear that when you have a child that this is.
I can't believe Blackbread just used the. But you see, you
okay.
you lower yourself down as a content creator when you use the crow royalty argument after you bomb. When it's like, oh, it's funny to me, and I don't care if it's funny to you.
But I
like,
laughed
okay,
at myself.
And stop doing a podcast.
Bro thinks he's like Shane Gillis at SNL, just bombing on the issue crew, being like, "It's funny to me." Chuckling away as the audience at home watches in agreement with Captain Blackbread. Get the fuck out of your imagination,
you have to be like a millionaire comedian with a private jet before you get the right to like be like, fuck you guys, it's funny to me.
That's my style of comedy, though.
Bro thinks he's bro comes on the issue crew, bombs, and thinks he's Norm Macdonald on The View.
Norm Macdonald on The View didn't bomb, though.
Well, he bombs to them.
To the View and their audience.
Yeah, but he was fucking with them.
Yeah, but you think you're fucking with us, and you're just not.
Well, yeah, but you did post
think you're
that
Norm
was the real
Macdonald, but you're
instrument, and
actually
you posted a
just
link to the real instrument.
He's doing like the one thing Jason does that I don't like. Riley knows what I'm talking about.
Wait, no, I don't. What?
They're just like, yeah, well, I'm right. Haha, you're a loser.
That's true.
That's the worst thing, Jason. Oh, also Mo, I was gonna say it to Mo. I know it's forbidden to promote Jason on a Riley podcast, but I will say to Mo Diggity personally, if you're thinking about like the logistics of like getting something literary like published, even if it's a graphic novel type of or a comic thing, I would say reach out to Jason, and he would have connections in like people who do like,
totally
visual stuff.
Oh yeah.
I would say because Jason's published books before, like self-published books. Like I would say, reach out to him for logistics stuff.
About this called "Our Editor Wrote a Book."
That sounds like the name of a book. The editor wrote a book.
I'm not doing this to make anybody feel bad. It's just a style of.
We're just kidding. This is a bit too. Us being mad about the bit is also a bit. Everything's a bit.
All right, I think it's a good time to go ahead and just end the show.
Yeah,
how long have we been rolling? 3 hours and 45 minutes. This is a 4-hour podcast. Oh my god, I didn't realize that.
I'm fucking starving, man. I'm fucking so hungry, and I am not caffeinated at all.
Yeah, we started at dinner time.
I literally
past bedtime.
Yeah, I literally woke up and came on to a show to a podcast.
Well, thanks for being here, everybody, for this extra packed special episode of the Issue Crew, where we properly reintroduce Demigloom.
I'm sorry, I talked too much. I know I talked too much. I'm sorry.
This is your episode. This is your return.
All right.
This is
We didn't talk much about my return. It wasn't a meta. It wasn't very meta, but my return was. You could feel the return in the conversation.
Exactly. We're having a beautiful marriage of what the show is now and what the show used to be, and it's working out, I think.
Well, nobody here's working out, but
hey!
It would have been better. It would have been better if I just said, "Yeah," unlike you.
yeah, that's true.
That would have been better. Can we like chop that up so it's and put your laugh after me saying what I should have said?
No. Where can our listeners find you? Mo. Where can our listeners find you?
Oh, sorry. Well, you kind of cut out, and all I got was, where can we listeners find you? And that's all I heard. MSG official YT, YouTube on Twitter, Moside Gaming everywhere, w.gg, promo code MoDiggity, save 10%. There you go.
Nice. Blackbread, what about you?
You can find me on my YouTube channel at Captain Blackbread if I ever upload anything. Follow my Twitter if you want. C Blackbread. That's that.
Hell yeah. And our newest co-host, brand new Issue Crew character, Demigloom. Where can our listeners find you?
First of all, if you resonated what I had to say about local broadcast and local community and art in general, I want you to go to. I know you guys don't vote normally. I know you guys are abstaining from electoral politics, and I understand that. But I really want you to go vote for my issue in the straw poll, the death of local broadcasting, to help raise awareness. Us talking about the issue winning will help raise awareness and validate my points, and you will help me make this point more intact. And if you also, if you resonated with that, maybe consider supporting a small upcoming artist trying to make it in the local scene. I know I'm not local to you, probably not, but hey, if you want to support somebody who's trying to make it locally in Madison, Wisconsin, there are plenty of virtual ways to do so. So what you can do is go listen to my music. Demigloom. I released an album. Am I allowed to say the name of my album on here, Riley?
Of course, you're allowed to say it. We're not.
Yeah. For YouTube, I meant.
It's got the N word in it.
Yeah. In as a memorial, not memorial, as a monument of my love.
Hold on. Oh, never mind. You know what? No, cut that out. I'm not doing that.
Okay. As a monument to my love of ragtime music, I released a hip hop / experimental electronic album called Fag Time. Searchable as either Fag Time on the broad internet, or if you're on a streaming service like Spotify, search FXTX, or just look up Demigloom. Wherever you are, you'll find that album, man. Go check out that shit. I'm the ugliest girl alive. I want to cry. My hair is too thin and my shoulders are too wide. Riley is on the album.
Riley raps on the album. Weed rap. It's great.
We rapped about weed. I deserve to die because I'm worse than worthless. About to get high to desert alertness. It was fire, dude. Go check out my album, Fag Time / FXTX by Demigloom. Check it out, man. It's hot. It's the hot new mixtape. Streets are all on this shit. You don't want to be the last to hear it. Which is probably an argument for why maybe you don't want to hear it. But please listen to it.
But folks, linktr.ee/Riley Cinematic Universe. That's RIELY Cinematic Universe podcast, YouTube channels, all sorts of delightful content for you to consume. We're making 1 million shows right now. I have overdosed myself on podcasts. We're on a big train. Megazord
this
Radio
isn't the best one.
Finally back.
If this is the first podcast you're hearing of Riley, this is not the best podcast he's on. So go listen to his other podcasts.
No,
that was a joke. The joke is that they all suck besides this one.
Oh shit!
But they don't. That was a joke. Your podcasts are great, and continue promoting.
We're in a loop. We're in an endless loop of just kiddings.
I was just kidding about that. Fuck you.
Fuck. But yeah, that's it. It's over. And folks, I am Riley. My issue. We don't say our names, and we just say the issue. We don't go I am blank and that's my issue. I don't know why I thought that, because
I thought we were like the people introducing themselves.
You just say my issue. My issue was blank. Yeah, so my issue was the aesthetic consequences of the Nintendo Switch, and Warficus's issue was buildings, and Freshy's issue was uncooperative people.
I'm very sorry. I am very sorry that I turned this into the whitest kids opposite day sketch towards the end. I'm sorry for that. And my issue was the death of local broadcasting.
My issue was too many tabs.
Oh, and my other issue was people who don't mute themselves when they talk to people in the background at a Discord call, especially during a podcast, except for when it's really
vote
funny.
For that one. That one's stupid.
My issue was Babs, who has too many tabs and crabs.
So fucking true. All right, the podcast is over. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Goodbye.
Is that the slogan?
That's no. Cool. I just said that for fun. Let's start saying it every time. That's great. All right, goodbye.
Okay, well, Riley, hold on. Okay. I'll try to come on next week, and if I do,
you can say this after the bots leave.
You don't have. We don't. We're already gone.
No, we don't have to. We don't have to.
Riley, hurry up and get the fucking bots out of here.
We were doing the outro, Mo, and then you were like,
I thought we were fucking done.
Do you think this is like some kind of Muslim prayer tradition where we have to just like say what our issue was before we leave?
Yeah.
Off the air.
Just
All
cut
right.
this out.
No, I'm not
No,
cutting
no,
any of this
that's
out.
not getting cut out.
Goodbye,
That was hilarious.
everybody.
Ah,
That was a good bit.